Wahoo.
And that's when I slap Wade's.
Wahoo.
Hi.
Wahoo. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Yahoo.
It's lottery night. I was trying to pick a winner to start the stream.
Did you pick a winner?
Did you pick one?
I won.
I found a giant monkey outside my apartment. You want to see it?
Scott looks like he's
ready for like...
He's sleeping or
I don't know what's happening over there.
We can just not see what's going on below.
Below, yeah.
Might be one on below.
Giant monkey outside my apartment.
Giant monkey.
What the fridge happened to the screen regions?
I don't know. There's a giant monkey outside my apartment. That's all I know.
That cat looks so pissed.
Hey, did I do it? Almost.
Echoception. Please, dude. I just got over that. People started tweeting me, and I heard the voice.
What voice?
Please don't. Just
Super
go watch
Mario
our
Maker
channel.
has a multiplayer, and it's horrible.
Hey,
Mario Maker
hey,
2.
Tyler. What? Actually, the group. I'm interested. What's the pink toadstool? What's her name?
Toadette.
Thank you.
I didn't know there was a pink toadstool.
Neither did Wade.
What noise would you say that a pink toadstool would make?
Toadstools don't make noises.
The only answer is ribbit, ribbit.
No, that's a frog.
And that's all Wade
my
did
dear
for
boy,
an
you've been
hour.
in California too long.
All Wade would do when he would be Toadette in Super Mario Maker 2 would just ribbit.
For an hour straight.
It was like an hour. We were all like trying to just play. Okay, JP's thought of fun multiplayer games are 5-second speed runs.
Okay, quick context here. Mike, we were playing Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
Multiplayer.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
God, no. I heard it's awful.
Okay.
It is awful.
You get about one frame every 3 or 4 seconds, and that's not an exaggeration. It is that you're like,
why even implement multiplayer at that point?
Don't know, but for some reason we recorded an hour and a half of it, and I was going insane, and I
Well,
was driving
that's
everyone
why.
else insane, and I was just gonna take the ship down with me. You know, at that point I was like, "Yahoy, matey, we go down with the ship."
I would have done the same.
Bloop, bloop. So,
And aren't they patching in like new multiplayer? Or is that already in now?
I don't know that I'm ever gonna launch that game ever again.
We all bought it just so we could all play it together, and it was just such a bad experience.
I bought it and I got my money's worth out of it, and by that I mean I didn't get
You
a
weren't
single
that bad,
penny's
though.
worth out.
Oh, yeah,
At the beginning, Wade was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be okay." You were beating me at a lot of the levels. I'm not saying I'm a god or anything, but like Gar.
Well, I don't know that it really counts as a skill whenever you have 1 frame per 3 seconds. That
right.
point it's just
But like even with that, you were doing great with that handicap.
It's the great equalizer.
Thanks, man. At regular speed, I have an idea that I'd be much worse somehow. But speaking of being much worse,
We're all dead.
all of us are dead or dying.
It's true. It's been a while. So welcome back, everybody. Scott hopefully has adapted to the cat since last episode. And oh my gosh, she loves you. That's so cute. She just curls right up in your lap and she's like, "I love you, Dad."
How is that not like the best feeling in the world? Like,
right?
My cat
Because
like, just
this
sit on my
fur
lap.
that sticks to you and gets all over everything, and she hits
That
monitors.
that is a lifestyle, my friend. You know what you need to
Lifestyle.
invest in? Hold on, do I have? I got
sorry.
cans of air. Just
Mhm. My daughter was trying to play with her earlier. We got her one of those like toys where it's like a thing on a string with a stick, and she tried to play with it earlier. And in like 4 minutes of her, like, I was so proud of her determination. Like 4 minutes straight, I was like, I'm surprised she didn't give up by now. And she was so determined to play with the kitty. I think Brat played back like 5 or 6 seconds. Mind you, we go upstairs like, here, throw the pizza. And I give like this like chew toy to my daughter. She throws it. The dogs across the house get the thing, come back, throw it the other way, goes around. So like, I'll play. I love you. Like that's a pet.
Because
Fuck
dogs
goldfish and cats.
dogs have evolved to be domesticated. They're like, please the human, please the human.
That's right. That's right. Come play with me. Let's wrestle. Ah.
It's also
I'm
because
scratch you, stupid cat. You know, like
It's also because dogs are pack animals. They're used to having an alpha and doing play things, whereas a cat is not necessarily most often a pack animal.
Lone hunters in the jungles.
kerosene and matches. We've said it before. But it does allow me to do the evil thing, like, so.
Yeah, you can do the evil DM thing.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here you go. So, your characters are all unconscious. Well then, let's see how this session begins. I believe we had Vicelor rushing across the battlefield, yes. Yes.
Like a really bad 80s.
He was preparing to
movie
cast
villain.
Spare the Dying on Bayshro.
Before
This
we
is like-
go live and after we end the stream, we always have to look at Scott doing something with his crotch and talking in that tone. It's awful.
Sure.
It's in the contract.
Wait,
with Scott's,
Contract.
yeah, I
with
never
Scott's-
signed anything.
with Scott's background, it is like a 90s VHS start to a home porn. Where like they just got what they had. They rented a VHS for the weekend because they're really expensive in 1993. They want to spice up
And they're
the
like-
marriage.
They're like, oh,
They just saw
you're
James
working
Bond,
out.
brand new James Bond out around that time.
Is that the Holly
Play a
Berry
little
one?
bit.
I can picture the aerobics outfit like the lady starts off wearing, and then the guy comes down with like those like big aviators that are tinted slightly orange.
Just
I mean,
like what, lower
that's-
down.
That's like 80s
You mean-
more, but
you mean
still
Wade,
works
what
in
your
early
brother
90s.
Yeah,
wears?
the early '90s porn is like late '80s movies.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
Not that I'm an expert, but in 1994 is actually when they shifted to the '90s meta in homemade porn.
I don't know. You watched porn for homework in college when I was doing a paper on
That was a
Saipan.
homework assignment. That was great.
I want to roll dice, but now I need to hear the story.
I took a philosophy of film class, and Tyler came down to my house down around UC's University of
You
Cincinnati
needed
campus.
Tyler to watch porn?
Well, no, he
No,
came out.
I
We were
needed
both working
to
on
use
homework
the
assignments.
library.
I didn't know what my assignment was necessarily. It was I had to watch The People versus Larry Flint, which is like the guy who made I think it was Hustler. But while Tyler was writing like a 20-page paper about some foreign country I'd never heard of, I was
Saipan.
watching like 3 naked girls get into a hot tub. And I was like, Tyler, how's your paper going? He's like, oh, God, this research. I was like, here's boobs. College.
Wild.
Oops, they're awesome.
Yeah,
Well.
I had to use his university's library because my university's library was jack garbage.
I thought you were gonna say my university library didn't have boobs.
Ours probably had a lot of them, I guess.
He could have been one of those Catholic schools.
It was a Quaker school, mind you, Quakers.
Quakers, like the cereal.
Quakers.
Yeah, I mean, I go for some oatmeal.
Like the oatmeal, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's Quackers. All right, so you were rushing towards Vicelor. You were rushing towards Bayshra to cast Spare the Dying. He's the one that was closest of the two, and you wanted to at least try to save one of your companions. With how everything ended up, rubble all over the battlefield, guys somewhat scattered out, the creatures finally falling. When rubble indeed, as the ground started to shake and shift and move about, making it difficult for you to get to Bayshra. You do flop down on your knees in time to try to cast the spell. But I do need a concentration check for you to pull it off.
Great. Well, everyone's dead in the party. What's that roll?
It's
what is
for you. It's charisma.
Charisma. Okay.
Just
No.
a flat charisma roll?
No, that's a lie. It's a
Constitution,
okay.
you mean?
yeah, it's a
It's a
spellcaster check.
constitution.
It's a Constitution save in this one. Yeah,
That's
a
why I was
lie.
confused.
I have advantage
Oh,
because I'm
heads up.
crazy, right?
No, heads up. Roll 20's been acting funky. So if you roll a die and you wonder why nobody else is reacting to you rolling the die, it's because it's not coming through to everybody else, and you're gonna have to re-roll. So every time you click on something, and it doesn't matter if it's a 20, a 1, or anything in between, you have
If
to
it's a
re-roll
20,
so
I'm
we can all see it.
screenshotting it and showing it.
You
Yep.
think that counts?
That happened to me earlier, and I still made
So-
the re-roll.
So can I assist? Am I up? Because I on my sheet it still says I have.
He's
one.
casting a spell. That's all he's doing, and then he's making a saving throw.
You
Okay.
can't assist. You can't assist his Constitution check. It's his own ability to focus on.
Gotcha.
that.
That's fine.
Come on, Wade.
Well,
you
here's
can
the-
do
this
it.
night- Well,
Wade,
while
I'll
he's
be
doing
nice.
this-
I'll tell you what the DC is, Wade.
No,
It's a
it doesn't-
DC.
that's fine.
It's a DC 10.
I was just reading the spell because it's just a touch, but I've got verbal, so I get you.
He's double checking you, Scott.
Hey, you got it.
Woo! Got it. So, I mean, it's one of those things where it's, and you reach down and you try to grab at him. You do actually get the words out, and you do actually reach down and touch Baistra. You can see Baistra's breathing a bit more deeply. You can see Baistra seems a bit more stable. With a little of that effort, you can probably get him back on his feet, whether it be a potion or otherwise. What is it you do, Syax? Because you were rushing up behind Vicelar.
I was going to investigate the rumbling. Would I be able to see anything specifically?
Yeah, why don't you roll a
You
perception
don't want to
check?
try and get
Just a
save any of
reminder,
the
we
other
have two Orogs are down, and Thonk is still down.
Well, you were ahead of me, weren't you?
We're about side by side.
Yeah, look at the map. That's your placement.
It's going to take a minute to get across the rubble to get to them. I don't know where one of the Urogs is close by. I think
It's the red X, the smaller
Yeah.
red X.
that
we
one
sure?
I think
Didn't
has
I-
rolled
didn't I tell
one
my-
death save, right?
Did I tell my Orogs to get out of here, Scott, or no? I can't remember.
No.
I believe
Actually,
one of them died, didn't they?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you're
the
right.
Red
you're
X one
right,
died.
you're right. He's dead.
Is
You
it
are
dead?
correct.
I thought it made one a
He's
save.
not
No.
dead. He made a death save and it failed.
No, I
That's
think
right.
it's this one.
this one right here
This
has
is the one's death saving. He's not dead yet. He's down.
correct. He has 2 successes
When
so
did the
far.
other one fully die? I thought they were both in
No,
this
yeah,
same-
he-
No, he's
this-
fully dead.
No,
Yeah.
this guy literally just went down.
No,
Yeah,
because you got hit by something on the way down, guys. This one is definitely dead, which is why he has the X and not the kneel down marker.
The deal now.
Chad, did a Orog actually die? I don't remember.
I
that
don't
happening.
remember an Orog actually dying.
Absolutely died. So, but okay, so CX, you're rolling me your perception check.
I didn't mean to roll that with disadvantage. I apologize.
Your voice kind of cut hardcore in and out. That was
My
weird.
bad. I
Oh,
rolled
okay.
that with disadvantage. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize.
Yeah, no, we all saw your mistake.
Oh, doesn't matter, I guess.
You gotta re-roll normal.
One Orog was
I
spared
did
and
do
one
that,
was
Jeff.
down.
Oh, see, there it is. Roll 20. It's still doing that thing.
Gosh darn it.
Oop,
Hey, it worked in
Hey,
your
it worked in
favor.
your advantage.
Oh, that's
I
amazing.
rolled an 8 to be fair, so I mean it wasn't any different from my disadvantage, but I'll take the 20.
Yeah, exactly. So you notice the ground is vibrating. You feel it, the vibrations. You feel all the crazy, the rumbling and everything. But then, like, kind of like taking a moment to stop and like really pay attention to it, you realize it's not constant. It's coming in waves, and the waves are originating from within the doorway, within the archway just to the north.
From where
of the
these
block.
monsters came through.
Correct, where these big beastie things came through. Whatever's happening inside there, and you were in there momentarily yourself earlier. The guy up in the lit up area, et cetera. Whatever's happening in there, it seems to be that's the epicenter, and it's rolling out in waves from there.
Is it violent? Like, is it
It is so violent that it's shaking the ground enough.
It's hard
that
to, like,
Vicelor
save-
had to make a Constitution
not
save.
fall
Yeah.
over or whatever? Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty bad.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else with like your turn there, sir?
I would like to try to move
Yeah.
towards the Orog.
Absolutely. Remember, the rubble areas are going to count as 2 squares.
Right.
You don't want to search my body to see if you can get me up?
You are up.
No, I'm not. I'm stable at 0.
Are you still at 0?
Yeah, spare
So
the
you-
dying. You just
30.
stabilize me.
That'd be 4.
I was gonna say it'd be like right here, right?
Well, no, we'll get you later. We're gonna make sure everyone's alive.
Yeah,
first.
It'd be here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be
No.
able to do
What are you
anything with
doing?
that.
Why are you not doing this? Hold on.
Doing what? Going diagonal? Because that would be worse.
Well, same thing.
No, it wouldn't.
30.
It'd be, I mean, I would
20,
still.
30.
Now, if you're
Okay.
wondering, we're looking at rocks and how to cross them.
There you go. You're good. Okay, and you go do that. No problem. I wasn't sure what was displayed on stream, but
With
yeah, he more or less.
in my turn, would I heal?
Yep, you'd heal 1 health point.
Okay, so I'm at 2.
Perfect.
Not that it
And-
matters, but I'm just.
No,
trying to-
that definitely matters.
Okay.
This rumbling and whatnot happening. You never know what might happen. Okay. That brings us to Thunk's turn.
I'm
Thunk.
conscious, aren't I not?
Oh, you are.
Before, as I'm like kind of like rolling to the Orog, I'm gonna yell to Viceland just in the room that whatever this rumbling's happening, it's coming from inside. You know, I'd point into the room as I'm walking over.
Thunk, is this your first death saving throw?
I think
Yeah, I
so.
haven't rolled any yet.
Yeah, you failed a Constitution saving throw just beforehand.
The Orog has
But
rolled one. I don't know
I
if it
think
failed or
that
passed.
Constitution saving throw is why you took the damage that dropped you. It is. Yep.
Because
Okay.
I remember, well, whatever hit me,
Yep.
I remember I got hit, got dropped to 1 because I was
Yep.
a half orc, then got hit again.
Yep. Exactly.
Can I also take my death saves off?
Yeah, of course. You reset whenever you wake up.
Hey,
So
Scott,
Thonk, roll for me.
Death save.
Yes.
Here we go.
did the Orog fail or pass its one death save?
So the only org that's down has succeeded 2 death saves thus far.
Can
Oh,
everybody
okay.
see that?
Yep. Thonk
Okay.
has failed 1
1 down.
so far.
Yep.
Awesome. That's gonna bring us back to the top. Vice Lord, it's your turn. Vice
All
Lord,
right, I
you
need to-
know that you went at Beishra, and that Beishra's stable. I think you were looking to grab a potion to aid him.
No, I was gonna get to Thonk.
Okay.
He's stable, so he's not dying. If I can get Thonk up, Thonk can heal everybody.
Okay. That is
So,
a legit
can I
move
move
right there.
15 feet?
That's 30 feet. Yep.
Heal him. Heal him.
So I will spare the dying Thonk.
Same idea as before. The big waves of the rumbling is making it difficult for you to move across the terrain, making it difficult to get there. You get there just barely, falling to your knees as you're casting the spell, trying to reach out to grab at him. Roll me, sir, your Constitution save.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate indeed. You aren't able to actually get the spell on him. Thunk is not quite out of danger yet. You moved over there. You cast a spell. You still have a bonus. I don't know if there's anything else you can do with it. It brings
Unless
us to
I
CX's
can't
turn.
search him with a bonus action, can
Question. I apologize.
Not really. Yeah.
When does the Orog's Torn come into play?
Oh, sorry. I can have him roll right now, just because he would have just gone after.
I was gonna say
Thunk,
he
you know?
would have gone after Thonk, right? Okay. He
Yeah.
said top, and I was like, wait.
You are correct. He's actually stable, though you don't know it. He's actually stable,
Right,
so
okay.
his concerns are over.
Oh. Nice. You succeeded. All right,
Yep.
Thonk. I hope you roll well, my friend.
So it is my turn, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm gonna be able to move right next to him with no problem, right? Because that'd be 20 feet.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if you moved right here.
No, I was thinking about moving even like maybe here, because that's free spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can go,
Because that would be 20 and then 25. Yeah.
yeah, you can go up to here if you wanted to.
I'm gonna check on the Orog first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, roll a medicine
Get a
check.
medicine check.
Yep.
I still don't think that other Orog was dead.
You think
Did y'all see
you think the Org is fine? Oh, okay, Cat, you're all wrapped up in my wire, putting your tail in my mouth. Okay, I get a
And
blanket
Scott
so
is
it's down my
living with
legs.
the cat, everyone.
Ugh,
Been like
ugh,
3 years.
ugh.
I swear, I still don't think that other Orog is dead. I seriously think it, because you rolled both of their saves, and you said one succeeded and one failed, and that was the last thing that happened. So this Orog is still
That's
alive.
what I remembered, but someone in chat thought the Orog died. The 2 people in chat thought the Orog hadn't died, so I don't know.
Someone
one
go
knows.
check.
I know for sure that that was the case. I don't forget shit.
So continuing with the current narrative, you unfortunately with this medicine check think that Orog did not make it.
Okay.
Do you continue moving to Thunk?
Yeah, I would probably move closer to Thong.
You still have a bonus left if there's anything you can do with it. Other than that, it's Bayshore really can't do anything right now. He's just down waiting to be healed. Thunk, death
Here we go.
save. There's only one number you're not allowed to roll right now.
Yeah.
Why do you always bring that up?
Because
You
I
literally
rolled
need
it.
to not speak of it.
Ooh.
Literally, Scott, you're not supposed to speak of it. You're supposed to.
We're
you
getting
really tempted it.
balls ticklingly close.
That
I can
is-
feel death's gentle breath on my scrot.
Yep. Vice Lord, it's your turn. You're actually there, and you're now that you're not like falling down over him or whatever to cast a spell. You actually are able to attempt to cast it again if you'd like, and in doing so, you can make your same save with advantage.
Thrust him.
Good.
Thrust him with life.
Oh,
Oh my god! Oh my god, Wade! Oh my god!
DC 11, right?
No, you said
it's a
10.
wild ride here on Wade's time.
Okay. Luckily, Mike, you are stable. You are good to go, sir.
Christ.
God.
Oh, that was good. That was good. CX, it's your turn if there's anything you want to do.
Are we technically out of initiative now that everyone's technically okay?
No, that other
yeah.
Orog still needs to be stabilized.
Yeah, it is. You are out of initiative.
I'm gonna run up to Thunk.
Okay.
Would I be able to inspect him to see if he has any like potions or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
A
side
quick
satchel, more or less.
investigation check, but honestly with advantage. You know, Thunk.
Do you?
Do you want me to just tell you? Yeah, it's simple. You find a potion of mage armor in there. These.
Well,
are
you wouldn't
labeled-
necessarily know what they are.
Oh, I wouldn't.
So
Have,
that's why.
With my magics, I probably wouldn't
Here,
know
Scott.
that.
That's why I'm having him roll investigation
Wait.
with advantage.
Would these
go
be
ahead.
the same potions that you held on to ages and ages ago?
Yes.
Wouldn't we know that?
Not necessarily.
I'm right there. Couldn't I help him look? 'Cause we wanna get-
That's why.
with advantage.
Yeah. Just gotta
good.
click it.
Roll away.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Would you
easily.
like me to list my potions?
Yep. You know exactly
so-
what's there. Go ahead.
Potions that you quickly find. Potion of mage armor. A couple potions of protection from evil. 3 potions that are not labeled, nor do I know what they do. 1 potion of greater healing. 1 potion of superior healing.
I would just take greater healing and
Okay. Now
down at
pop
your
my-
throat.
Down it goes, and I heal. I think it says 4d4 plus 4.
Mm-hmm. And then there's also superior if you wanted to give it to Tyler.
I would
Or
know
the
the glow of the potion bottle. I would just grab and start guzzling it down his
Did
fist.
everybody see that?
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
15.
Thank you. I'm at 15.
Um,
Let me just mark that off. Do you take my superior healing potion? Sorry.
I would probably grab it and well, I don't know. I would hold it up to Vicelor as the potion's doing its thing. I would kind of like hand it to Vicelor to give to Beishra. Me thinking that the other Orog is dead, I probably wouldn't even offer it to go do it to him. I would just offer it to give it to you because you're closer to Beishra.
yeah, if
That
you gave it
Orog's
to me,
alive!
I would take it, but I would walk over to check on the Orog close by to see if it obviously it's
One that's
dead,
right
but,
next
like,
to you.
Yeah, I would check on that. I imagine the time I would check on that and find out that it's dead, Thonk would be up.
I imagine.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly that. Thunk's waking up.
Probably coughs to life. Blood spatters down inside of his mouth, and just mutters to himself that his job isn't done yet. Apparently, pushes himself up, dusts himself off a bit, but clearly, still wounds everywhere. If Beishra's clearly down, then I would wordlessly just walk over to him and cast.
Mind you, there's still huge vibrations happening. You know what I mean? Like this, it's not like you're waking up and you're like, oh, rubble. That was a tough fight.
That's
It's
right.
literally
Oh yeah, which door is the vibrations coming from? The left.
The
one?
one
the
right
to the
next
north,
to
where that
Right
guy
ahead.
was saying,
CX
Come
would probably
on.
fill you in.
Oh, the guy is still up there.
yeah.
Oh,
CX
good God. I
CX would
forgot.
probably tell you that's where it's coming from. The epicenter's right.
Knock him unconscious. Knock him unconscious.
Um,
Tap him on the head. Make him stop trying to
Well-
earthquake everything.
if you have my potion of superior healing, I'll let you give that to Beishra.
I've already given it to Vicelor.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I kinda just
let
tossed
Vicelor give it to Beishra. It's a 8d4 plus 8. Whenever whoever uses.
If we're not in initiative, I would just walk over here and give it to him.
8d4
Sounds good.
plus 8.
I would also tell. I think CX would report that he thinks that the Orog is dead. Vicelor
Alright.
would probably confirm that the other one is dead, but I would say that I think it's dead.
oh, okay, never mind. I thought you rolled one more than Mike for a second. I was like, that's terrible.
Oh.
Never mind. 11 more. It's still not good, but 11 more. So,
I mean,
when
2
CX
1s, 2 3s, and a 4. That's not bad. That's about average.
About average.
Yeah. It's technically 2 above average.
no, the big thing was that I thought it was a 16 when it wasn't. I was just being dumb. I was like, oh, but never mind.
All right.
That doesn't mean you rolled all ones, so that's not really possible. Okay. So, you get my apologies. You guys, I just interrupted you.
No, I just said when CX tells me about the Orog being dead, there'd be a moment where Thong kind of internalizes it, walks over to the downed one and kind of gives him a Grummish's last blessing off to the eternal battlefields to serve under blah blah blah. Kind of give him a Grumsh prayer and bless. his
Jared
corpse.
Versal went back and watched it and said, Tyler is right. That Orog is still alive.
Well, I trust Jared Warsaw. I mean, that's a trustworthy person.
He is
So I think they
dedicated
are
fan.
right. They are right.
What?
And that Orog is still alive. So I trust that person.
With your high perception, would you know if that
It's funny. I was literally just getting to this one right here, the one that he's like, that one's dead.
Yeah.
And he's like going over there to check him out. Does it say while he's saying that blessing, you kind of like place your hand on his chest, sort of as you do that, and you feel him breathing.
Oh. What's my medicine? Oh, +9.
Yeah, but also your perception's like baseline like 26.
Oh, like I feel like a gentle breath.
Yeah, you're
on
like-
me. It would be my last. I'd be out of spells doing this, but I'm going to do it because that both of them have served exceptionally well and exceptionally loyally. I'll go ahead and use my last first level slot and give a cure wounds.
Okay. Bam. With 16 HP, you see that Orog arise from the dead.
Here, I'm at the spot right now. I'm watching the video.
Oh my god.
Wait.
This has been so much like debate. I just need to know. So you guys keep going. I'll let you know.
No, the
what happens.
Orog's up. I healed it.
Well, no, this
That
one
one.
here.
We're
We're
talking
talking
about
about
that
that.
one down
Yeah.
here.
Ice
Oh,
Lord.
gotcha. So then, with him being dead, then I
We
would
just
give
ask
final blessings
just
over
go
each.
ask.
Oh, with you both telling me he's dead, yeah, right? I'm just like, all right, I might as well go check this one before I give
Yeah.
him his final blessings.
Well,
But
see,
we
actually,
also
I didn't. Well, I don't know. I'm not very good at medicine anyway.
Okay, 338.45. It went unconscious again, and Scott put an X through it.
okay,
For
so it
going-
fell, but Scott put an X on it
Fell.
when it
How
fell.
much damage did it take when it went down, though?
Let me go back and try to listen one more time.
Because it looks like constant 39 points of damage, which is not enough to auto kill it because of 5E's ridiculous rolls.
Good old 5e.
And it looks like no saving throws after that, Ty. One
Yeah,
had a-
so he's
One
unconscious,
had a successful
and Mike said he's just happy that they both have lived through this, and Tyler goes so far. But you put an X through him as soon as he fell unconscious, and
See, it's Tyler's fault. Tyler's the reason.
not my
Tyler,
fault.
you're the one that's saying he's not alive, Tyler.
No,
Why
I
are you
never
doing
said
this?
that.
Wade, you know what? You and Jared,
You
thank
literally-
you to you two people for
Thank
going
you.
back and
Thank
correcting Tyler's mistake. Jesus.
Jared,
then-
wait,
then
you
Scott-
both are right.
I should make sure he's still unconscious.
I haven't
Can I-
woken up yet because everybody's been talking. I don't
Can I
want
medicine check him to know that he's not dead?
Well, no, I think it's only fair that he should make some saving throws.
Hold on, he's gonna medicine check
Yeah,
him.
Scott's words
Okay.
were he falls unconscious again, poor guy. And Mike said, I'll go over and spare the dying on him.
That's what I was just about to say. I'm like, I don't have any first level spells, but I can spare the dying on him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zero
yeah. Yeah, he's still alive, and you can spare the dying, and he stays alive. Does anybody have any healing potions on them?
I don't.
Or
no, no,
are you
no.
going to address the situation that's brewing up
So
here?
so my to when the Orog, who's kind of getting up and still wounded but healed, my simple command to him is take his, I don't know if it's his, I would just say brother because brother in arms. Take his brothers up if he can manage it. We'll deal with the rest. I just want them out.
Okay. So he's like, goes over, grabs the guy, and the two of them leave together. At least to the mouth of this place. You know what I mean? And you guys are going to, once again, huge rumbles, and they're not getting any lighter. As a matter of fact, it's been so long since the rumble started, you guys haven't even approached the area yet. Could three of you, since the other one hasn't woken himself up yet, could three of you make me acrobatics checks?
Sure, he should be awake. Like, he took the potion already.
You know, he just the thematic thing. He said he was waiting because we were all chatting still.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So I'll awake after that.
4.
CX, why are you doing the same
I don't
thing?
know. I don't know.
You guys are all Ericing.
4. I'm as athletic as an old man.
Wait, that's athletics, not acrobatics. CX. It's supposed to be.
Oh, my bad. I'm just all over the fucking place today.
Hey, you're even better at that one. So it's one of those things where the ground starts rumbling, and you literally have
don't see
both
Fonk's
Vice
roll.
Lord. I do. It's
It's up
4.
there. It's a 4.
It's above
That's
the
me.
Right
No,
below.
no, no,
There's-
above
it's
that.
above your.
It's above
disadvantage
your
one, or
medicine, acrobatics.
way
yeah,
up there. Okay, I got you.
Wait, it was supposed to be athletics, right? Yeah, acrobatics. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
You're
good.
right. I'm just wrong. So.
Thonk and I
As
both
usual.
passed. Pat unfortunately failed with an 18.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So the two of you with the rumble and everything happening, the fact that there's rocks beneath your feet on top of all the rumbling of the ground, is just too much for you. Not rocks, but it's that off-white stuff. So you end up tripping over it and falling to the ground, and it's kind of like struggling to get back to your feet just because it just keeps coming in these huge waves. CX, you are already prepared for the waves. You're the first one that noticed where it is they're coming from, so on and so forth, kind of learning the pattern. You can kind of like hold yourself well enough against them. If I make you make another one of these saves, you can do it with advantage. Okay.
Is it? Can I ask, with my perception that I did with it, is it like just ground waves, or is it? Can I jump on a desk and be safe, or is that something I have to just find out?
You don't know yet because there are no desks immediately in front of you.
Well, like my main thing was, can I see the waves, or is it just something that's rolling?
No, you feel it. Yeah, you feel it.
Okay, so it's like an earthquake kind of a thing.
You hear it and feel it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a boom. So, anyways, and each of your each of you guys, you're not in initiative. You can do whatever you'd like, but hold on. Baishra, Weissler finally gets that potion down your throat, and it takes its effect, and you can wake up.
Baishra would immediately just kind of jump to his feet if he felt the rumbling as he was laying on the ground and just kind of be like, what's happening? What's going on? Are we about to be collapsed in on?
And then make me an acrobatics.
I was going to say, what's going on? Bam! Knocked
But jumps on his feet, he jumps on a bunch of marbles. But holds his balance well enough. And
Weissler would spit out a rock and say, not sure.
Why is there a rock in his mouth?
Because he fell
right in the middle of the rubble.
Oh. I was like, what does he do with
My
rocks
best
in his
guess
mouth?
is he was trying to talk, fell over, ate the rock, and then.
So be sure you get up, you stand up, you're standing next to Weissler, can probably help him to his feet. Thog, you're struggling to get to your own feet. You're the only one that's directly in front of the door. Go ahead, boys.
I would.
Baishra's just looking at the ceiling as he's helping Weissler up.
It was my astute observation that some kind of quake is happening. Yes, I know it was obvious.
Yes, the ground is shaking. What? Weissler, gosh darn it.
Thonk, it would be can he push himself up to his feet, Scott?
Yep.
He would do so while grasping for his hammer and just start pushing forward towards the man who's in the bubble. So to speak.
With CX, he would probably just kind of start moving with the waves in the best way that he knows how, kind of making his way into the room behind shelves and stuff.
Okay.
Also, I had a slight off question. While this is all going on, am I still passively healing? Would I just heal the
It's funny. I was going to address that in a moment. I was going to keep doing the whole heal me 2 more, every once in a while, which, by the way, you can heal me 2 more now. So anyways, you guys all get to your feet, that all the ones that do is start kind of like pushing forward and try to get there. Because the waves are growing even more violent, and more rapid.
Do I see anything on the ceiling?
No. Aside from maybe cracks starting to appear. And
That's what you'd be worried about.
Yeah, maybe that things could start falling. Not yet, but soon, probably. Dust, certainly very soon. Pebbles and like. So anyways, each one of you that wants to move, you can move a full half speed.
Except for Baishra, because he ignores rough terrain.
I meant from the vibrations. So I'm going to apply to you for the vibrations. Everybody can move a full half speed if they make their acrobatics check. If you're, and then it's just a little bit harder if you're on the rocks.
I'd be doing this with advantage, correct?
You are.
Do I get it or no? Because I succeeded.
Damn it.
Not yet.
Okay.
I choose to walk over here, hit this thing with my stick, and then intentionally fail as I try to hit with my stick. I fall over and trip over it, and then freak out and scramble to right here.
Oh, okay, cool. I like it.
What's the DC I'm looking to beat here, Scott?
You're actually good. So you're going to be able to move out, assuming you move around these.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm going. I wanted to go 1, 2, 3. I wanted to go here. You said I can move at half speed, right?
Exactly, correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Baishra's.
Oh god! Oh god! Baishra, I forgot that was your icon. I saw something green approach. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
Oh.
Continue.
Baishra's going to be looking at the ceiling this whole time, so I'm going to actually roll the acrobatics with disadvantage to see if he trips.
I didn't even want, CX wanted to move.
Well, he didn't trip. He kept his
Wait,
feet.
don't we have a map layout, Mike?
Are we in? Do we need it, Scott? Are we in combat style?
Well, because we were talking so heavily about the map portion.
Sure. Yeah.
Might as well. And we did not see your roll, Tyler.
You didn't?
No, it didn't pop
All
up.
right. Darn it. I rolled a 17 and a 15, but it doesn't matter because I'll reroll.
I see this one.
Oh, I rolled the same thing.
Good. That means it didn't screw you up.
But I didn't fall. How far can I move?
So half speed gets you to here.
Right there.
Correct, but you are a rogue, so you can, if you want to, continue on.
All right, I would continue on then. How far can I get there?
Right where I'm pointing, because you don't want to go over the rubble some more,
Yeah, but he's backing up constantly, so I picture him going darn desk, looking down at it, and then hitting his rear end on the other desk before he stops. Like, he's worried about the ceiling collapsing.
CX, you haven't moved.
No, I wanted to move just like right here. I wanted to go in and then like right here, just around.
Aisha is also going to complain openly about, like, guys, why are we going away from the exit when the ceiling is cracking?
I'll be there in a moment.
Okay, you guys continue moving into the room, being as cautious. So as quick as you can, while of course being as cautious as you can, because the ground is rumbling, the loud, thunderous noise and whatnot. As you approach in, you can actually see the guy inside the lit up bubble with the pedestal in front of him, chanting. Even though he's not chanting loud, even though he's chanting very loudly, you can clearly tell by the expression on his face how forceful it is that he's speaking.
1 minute.
He's clearly shouting at the top of his lungs, but despite that fact, you don't hear it as though he's shouting. Instead, it sounds barely a whisper, as it's so muted and pushed back behind all the layers of magic that you see lit up in the sphere around him. As he continues to do his incantation, the ground continues to shift and rubble and move as big waves happen. At this point, could everybody roll me perception checks? Normal checks, no advantage or nothing. If you succeed, don't take your hand away, because you're going to make another check. Waiting on one more. Just waiting on Beishra.
Do you see it?
No.
Gosh darn it! Mother trucker, I rolled a 21.
This already happened to Tyler on Friday.
Yeah, now
there
it
it
became
is.
an 8.
Okay. So it's only Thonk. Thonk, can you do me a favor? Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh no.
My Arcana
to my
sucks.
world.
So.
That's so stupid. You see that? I was like, rock? No.
It hit the table on the map and rocked backwards.
You notice that as the ground is moving now, these waves literally making the ground move in waves as it's going, causing you to like rock up and sometimes jump over and whatnot, making the desks rock and shatter as this goes. I mean, making a mess around the room, vials smashing and whatnot on the floor. Who knows what mixtures you're mixing between all the ingredients in here being thrown about. Anyways, while this is happening, one of the other things that you kind of catches your eye is occasionally a brick or two, maybe so much as like 5 all at once, kind of like fly up as the whole ground is going across the wave. These bricks almost go airborne and go flying out the room and out the door.
Oh no, the door I'm standing in?
The doorway you're standing in, yes. Luckily, they're not voluminous enough yet to cause any danger. But it's like, oh! Ah! Hee! Yes, I saw that one. Ah! You distracted me. Sorry. Wait, I'm sorry.
What is this substance? Just, oh my dear. I'm C-3PO now. Oh my. Oh my.
So, moving on. You guys are, what do you do as you're seeing this, as you're witnessing this, as you're coming in, getting closer to the guy?
I'm stepping out of the doorway.
Beishra is going to try and just rush in towards the guy. Not violently, just run at him.
Okay. How far are you? First of all, make me your acrobatics, but this time, Tyler, you can make it with advantage. You're used to the pattern of the move.
There you go.
Ooh, I see that 20.
So
Glad you saw that one.
half speed gets you to here, no problem. And then you're welcome to try again. Do you want to try to come across to the bubble area is, or do you want to try to get over to
He wants to go
stair?
straight to where the guy is somehow.
So you don't want to climb up the platform area first, because this entire area across here is a platform. I don't know if you can kind of see that.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
All
Yeah.
the
I mean,
world's a stage.
Basra wouldn't worry about steps. How high is this?
The climb up in total is, hold on, 10, 20 feet up.
Yeah, because
So 20 feet up.
yeah, he wouldn't worry about that.
So say you can move to here and then climb up afterwards, or you can move to here. Yeah, you'd move to here is what you'd do.
Yeah.
Which is the best. That one's the best one.
That
You'd
one
move
right there. Yep.
Yeah. So go ahead. You start moving in that direction.
Get in my bubble.
Do I have to roll my acrobatics again, or
No, you already made the acrobatics for the movement, which is fine. But now I need you to make me a strength save.
all right?
No advantage.
All right.
We are a very strong party.
We are all strong as heck. Yeah.
Once you enter into that area, it's the field of magic is so powerful. It's either causing a field of force or whipping winds. You're not entirely sure what it is because, well, you don't have a lot of loose hair or clothing to whip around the wind to let you know. You know, 'cause you're naked.
Too fucking
As
soon.
he's walking in, he's
Scaly.
like, "Hey, stop it!"
Well, as you're walking in, you start screaming, "Hey, stop it," as loud as you can. Even those outside the bubble can barely hear you. Even you can barely hear yourself because inside there is just so incredibly loud that everything from inside of it sounds muted from on the outside. So you're trying to scream, but you can barely hear yourself doing so because how deafeningly loud everything is. You're able to push to the spot where you are, no problem. Do me another favor. Roll me a Constitution save. Don't worry, this one's not a big scary one. Oh, you die. No, so Constitution save. So with this one, as your character goes in there and is trying to make these shouts or whatever, you notice it's harder and harder to hear, to the point where you hear nothing but just whirring going. You know, completely deafens to everything else. That is going to be where Bayshire kind of stops from now. Anybody else? How would you like to act in this instant?
I want to see if I can identify whatever this is, the spell.
Sure. So you're gonna walk in. Do you try to like utilize your detect magic or anything like that?
If that's what I like, what that or Arcana check or whatever it is I need to do to try to figure out what this dude's doing.
Okay. Why don't you roll me Arcana check? But do you use it? Because the reason why I'm asking is, do you use your action to do that as well?
Yeah, I would use my action to do it.
Okay. Cast detect magic and use your action. Do you move up as well?
Wait, Scott, can't I triple move because I didn't use an action?
Oh yeah, I would. So I need to make an acrobatics check for that.
Okay. Use your acrobatics check. Sorry. Oh, you don't need an acrobatics check for what you're doing. You're not moving.
I said I was going to try.
Oh, my apologies. Gotcha. So try to move forward. It's very, very difficult for you to do. You only make 5 feet.
That's fine. I just want to get like there then.
Perfect. And no, Beishra. I wasn't allowing a swift action movement
Do
on
you
that
guys
one.
see the Arcana roll?
Okay. I did. It's a 20.
Okay.
Yep, it's a beautiful check. So as you're walking forward and you're trying to get the look at this and try to understand what it is that you're looking at, you realize the field of transmutation magic in front of you is absolutely powerful. Whatever it is that he's doing, it reeks with transmutation power. Combine that with your knowledge of red wizards, the fact that they overspecialize in certain schools, and this person has the markings of a red wizard in every way but clothing, it certainly raises some alarms.
Okay. I would let everyone. Well, I'd try to let everyone know. I know Bayshore probably can't hear me, but you guys all know. I won't RP it out. Just I'll say that.
Okay. Siax and Stonk, what do you guys do?
CX is
Knowing
gonna
that-
jump on the. Oh, God.
No. I'm just gonna continue making my way towards him then.
Sure.
Hammer.
Are you
out.
gonna walk? So Beatrice walks straight ahead, Mike. To be clear, because right here to here there is a 20-foot balcony.
Yep,
but
I
Beatrice
see.
climbs almost as fast as he walks.
Yep.
What's your approach to get there?
I'd have to make what kind of check to get over that? An acrobatics?
Athletics to straight climb up that.
Athletics to-
Acrobatics would be more like go to
It's all-
here, climb
it's all
up
the-
this thing, and then.
It's all the same roll. It's all the same roll.
Gotcha.
How? It's a hard. I'm assuming it's a hard roll. 1, 2, 5.
How high up
With-
is the stage or platform?
20 feet, I said.
20 feet.
20 feet. Oh, okay. He's up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna just have to go around the right-hand side. I think. Just make my way up the stairs.
Okay, make me acrobatics.
Yep.
Okay, so you can only move at your half speed. You can't double move by using a dash action. You
Okay.
can only move at your half speed to 1, 2, 3. Get to here because all you're doing is moving. Unfortunately,
That works.
it's just the obnoxiousness of the movement. CX, your turn. Do you want to teleport with base?
God, how tall are all these desks? Are they all about the same?
Yeah, average height. What's that? Like 4.5 feet, whatever it is.
CX is gonna kind of mantle on top of it and look around the room to see if there's any kind of discernible thing to stop him from whatever he's doing.
The best you can say. Well, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
The best you can see is that whatever this pedestal is that's in front of him, he's working on something that's like the epicenter, and he's working on something on top of that pedestal. You know what I mean? He has a book that's sitting there, and he's doing an incantation, utilizing it to aid him. Don't know what the incantation is.
Is there anything underneath that platform? Does the pedestal go through it?
It does. It is like built as a part of it.
And this is kind of like a big orb around the whole room, kind of a thing.
Yeah, correct. Around the epicenter, which is that pedestal.
All right.
Technically, his character, I had him on a proper square. Technically, he's standing here.
Right.
But to be in a proper square, he's actually here. I think he's set back there. He's actually here.
CX is going to try to make his way under the platform. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can go into the platform. You can start making your way there. Roll me an acrobatics check.
Oh.
Unfortunately, even though you're able to hop up on the desk, even just trying to hop down, you just go, and
Wait.
you hit the ground.
Doesn't CX have advantage on acrobatics because of his success?
Oh, he does!
Oh, good call.
Thank you, Jared Shaw.
Good call.
Why am I suddenly Jared Shaw?
You make it. And so you're not on the ground, and you can continue moving. So that's going to be the...
Would that be full 30 or just half
correct,
speed?
if you're double moving.
Yeah, I'll be double moving. So I'll be about here.
Because you
Do you
started
want to
here,
go
you're
towards the
gonna go.
pedestal or?
I'm going to go underneath it. I'm
Right,
not going to
but-
be jumping, but yeah, I'm going to be making my way up this way and then to the right. Well, I guess I
You
can't
can
go
just
that
straight
way, huh?
line it. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
I'll do that then.
Don't forget to -1 because you've already moved up to here.
Right, so I'm moving about here, right?
25 feet, that one works, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right there.
I'll move like right there. But I'll
Roll
be
me a
underneath.
strength shave.
Ooh, shave.
Strength shave.
Shave. You got to shave with those
I didn't mean
muscles.
to do that. I'm sorry.
Didn't you say? Yeah, that's right, Chat. Didn't I insight
God
this
damn
guy?
it.
Correct.
And it was
And you
like
believed him.
non-aggressive.
Correct.
Wasn't my roll high?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember how that's why I did the 1 minute thing, because that's what
None of us know that, so just a reminder, Thonk, we don't know
No, I
anything
said
about this
protect
dude.
him, didn't I? Or
No.
no.
All right. Well, I can't shout it anyway. You're all in there.
Did I get forced out of the
Well,
bubble?
I mean, CX
You
isn't in
couldn't-
there yet. I'm
You
not
couldn't
in
force
there.
your way in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep, you couldn't force your way in. You were the rejected little sperm.
Bayshore was in there
I've-
with you at one point. I don't know if he knows.
I might have
No.
heard it.
It was after that insight check I ran in there. It
Oh, okay.
had to do with getting away from him.
My last question to end my turn is how much health would I have healed?
Oh, just one more. Just one more round.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Vice Lord. You guys don't have to do turns. Sorry, Pace. You guys don't have to do turns. We just happen to be going that way for simplicity.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to.
I like it for
I
simplicity.
didn't know if you want me to just heal to half and not worry about it.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
If I keep trying to figure out what he's casting, can I get advantage since I know what kind of magic it is now, or is it still just a regular Arcana?
You can still make an Arcana. I'll allow you to, because if you're gonna keep trying to concentrate on it, I can try to start trying to like pick apart the kind of magics that you have when you detect magic.
I just
Like,
want to know what he's
what
doing
is he-
and why this is happening.
Yep. And you don't quite know yet.
Okay.
What do I need to roll for right now? Because I'm gonna try and climb right now, so I'm guessing athletics.
Correct.
Do I need to roll Arcana for that again, Scott?
Acrobatics too.
No, you do not need to, Tyler. What's up, Wade?
Do I need to roll that again, the Arcana?
On your turn.
So just athletics.
Correct. And you are able to, it takes, because again, it's a whole 20-foot climb up there. So you are able to get up there, but even just getting to here is going to take your dash action. Just to get, so you now standing directly in front of the guy.
Can I like wave in front of his face and poke him or something?
Yeah, you can try to get his attention. I wouldn't say necessarily get over there enough to poke him, but you definitely try to get his attention. But he seems very engrossed in the ritual that he's doing.
All right, I'm going to make a roll. And this is a roll to see when I'm waving around how well I control my body, to see if I hit anything on the pedestal. What should I roll for that? I'm rolling normal acrobatics.
Are you trying to hit something on the pedestal?
No, I'm trying to just wave around violently. I can't hear anything, so I feel like Baisha's perception is low, and he's just trying to get this guy's attention. Would I notice him staring directly at it or anything?
Yeah.
Scott?
Yep.
All right, so I probably would actually go to hit it then, to like break his concentration.
Okay, go ahead.
Do I need to roll to hit it?
I mean, no, you're the one that's applying this to yourself. I wasn't going to apply it.
Okay. I was just going to have a perception roll to see if I know what to do here.
No, it sounds like you're trying to see whether or not you're clumsy. That sounds like a dexterity check, sir.
All right, just a dexterity check?
Sure.
I think I'm pretty clumsy.
10's average.
Oh.
Yeah, for an average thing, 10's fine. And so I would say you don't necessarily bump into anything there. You know what I mean? If it's not something you were intentionally trying to do, I would say that you were able to successfully avoid it, you know? What everybody does notice, though, is, or I should say explicitly Thonk, what you notice, is as these waves continue to roll, more and more bricks are starting to fly up and fly out the room. Like, now there's, like, a bunch of bricks. Each wave is doing it.
Does his posture and demeanor seems to have changed since last time I tried to get his attention, the very first time I came across him?
Channeling a lot more powerful magics, or at least that they've really kicked up since the last time we tried to come in here, which is what?
The thing is, like, he has all the markings, but none of the clothes, and whatever he's doing seems destructive. It almost seems like a rogue red wizard who's pissed or something.
Who knows?
That's why I'm tempted to let him keep going. I mean, I could attempt it, but here's the other concern. If he's clearly of red wizard training, so if we start a fight with him, all of us at as low power as we are, you're inviting TPK.
Death. Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Let's find out how trained he is. He might not be good at magic.
Yeah, he might be the worst red wizard.
Maybe he's been blowing his load for the last minute, like all of us.
He's ritualing, so it's not going to take his spell slot.
Not necessarily. Depends on the however you want to explain it meta-wise. Besides, there's a war going on outside. If he was participating in that, So Vice Lord, why don't we have you make your Arcana check again? I believe I give you advantage because you continue the previous action you've already made.
Okay.
What the hell?
That rolled for forever.
It did. It was just.
It was low number, high number, low number, high number.
Yep.
Again, like I said beforehand, that it is transmutation magics that are in effect here. It's not any necessarily specific spell, but you do get hints of a spell you've heard of beforehand. You get hints of it, like a whisper. You don't think it's the actual spell because this is way more powerful than what that's capable of. But a spell called Make Whole. A spell that's literally supposed to take what is broken down and put it back together. If you ever watch Full Metal Alchemist, when you see him walk up to the burnt down library and he goes, that's Make Whole.
So he's ripping bricks out from the walls and ceiling, though, isn't he?
And the floor.
He's somehow reversing it. Destroy or something. Reverse Make Whole, basically.
I would continue to shout out my interpretations of what I think is happening to Thonk. And CX, if CX can hear me. I mean, Baser can't hear me, but...
This is directly below where all of our troops are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is where we are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to try to get a little bit closer again, so I guess acrobatics for that, right?
So you're shouting all of that, I'm assuming?
Yeah. That's what
you
Wade
see
said,
that?
shouting all of that.
All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna What's acrobatics for, Faisler?
He was moving up.
Okay.
Just moving a little bit closer. I'm hoping that if I get closer to what he's doing, it'll make it a little bit easier to figure out what he's casting.
I'm guessing you don't have spell slots left, Wade, right?
Have I used any other actual spells? I think I've got 2 still because I haven't used anything here.
Yeah, I thought you used only cantrips.
Yeah, I don't think you had to use even ice body or anything in this
I had
past
to do
No, he
combat.
something to
didn't.
get
He
in here.
avoided
I think
it.
I used something, but when we were coming in, so I'm down
But then
one.
you
I
used
my
the
staff,
sorcerer.
so I've got 2
yeah.
spell slots left.
I was just
You
curious
didn't
because
summon, no radiance, no dispels in here.
Yeah.
Detect
I
magic
apologize.
doesn't take a
is a
spell.
cantrip.
I apologize to ask
For
you
you.
again, Scott. Give me
What?
the visual here. The floor is ripping up. The walls are coming
Correct.
apart too.
So as the ripples are happening, the ripples are predominantly in the floor. The walls are rippling as well, but mostly certain bricks or chunks of brick or stone are flying into the air, and they're not like just flying across the room because everything's like
they're
tilted
going
up.
out
These
the
are
door
flying out.
specifically.
They're literally flying out the door.
And when they go out the door, where are they going? Up the ladder?
I mean, that's a good question. You could have looked beforehand when you were there. You've since moved away, but it did look like they were going out towards that tunnel. Mm-hmm.
Sacred Flame. I'm gonna hit him with Sacred Flame. F this dude. I don't know what he's doing, and I don't trust him anymore.
Okay.
And Thonk's patience is low usually, high usually, but it's been a long effing day.
What's the saving throw? What's the will save or wisdom save? Sorry.
There
A dexterity save. Oh.
DC 17 dexterity save.
it's a dex versus the DC, which is set by my wisdom.
Yeah, why does it say rolling 8 + 6 + 3? That's weird.
I
get it.
It goes up because it goes up. The damage goes up.
No. The dexterity. I get it. I understand that. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So, my apologies. Let me make my dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because he's not paying attention.
And he's also in the middle of fucking doing a ritual.
Like I said that. I said those words.
Super disadvantage.
Wow. I rolled a natural 19 with a modifier and a natural 3 with a modifier.
Hell yeah.
So he failed, took the 10 points of radiant damage. Clearly distracts him, so he looks up and finally sees Bayshore right there, which is actually even further distracting. I have to make a Constitution saving throw to not lose my spell.
Especially since Bayshore's just like waving around, yelling as loud as he possibly can.
I can't think of anything this dude is doing that would be remotely helpful to what we're trying to do. Either he's bringing it down, he's teleporting. I don't know.
Well, we don't want him to tear it down either because we want to give it
to
the
exactly.
one dude.
That's why I was like, just he gets his minute and I'm done.
He maintains his concentration. Siax, you heal 1 health point and can act. And then we're going to go back to Bayshore.
Do you want to stop here on break?
I want to see what Bayshore does first.
Okay, cool.
But first Siax.
Do we just want to do one break in like 30 minutes since we started late?
I'm fine. I've already eaten 3 ice cream cones because I have a problem. So I should probably not go back upstairs.
I was also going to ask if we were going late or not.
No, we're still stopping at 1, I think. But
yeah, we still have to stop at 1.
But if we just want to do one break at 11:30, if you guys can do an hour and a half.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Siax, what are you doing, boyo? Are you going to try to get in there? Teleport with Bayshore? I love it. You can blow up Vicelor. He's close enough, right? Get
I don't know if he has any
too.
teleports.
I don't think he has any.
too.
Yeah, I think he's out of those.
If he's talking,
Pat, you're muted. Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, I think he muted.
With prestidigitation, would that stop him from concentrating or no?
No.
No? Okay. I figured as a
That would for
cantrip.
somebody with like ADHD, but not like.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know. That.
What if he prestidigitation to campfire under his butt?
It sounds like fun.
Because he can do that.
I don't know what I could do that would do anything. I am seeing seeing Thonk attack him. CX would probably want to attack as well. I'm gonna keep moving underneath the the balcony thing.
Okay, roll me a strength save. Unfortunately, just too much force, too much power, that magic. You're not able to push yourself in. Bayshore, what do you do, my friend?
I'm seeing if he. He's right in front of him. Would he have noticed that Thonk attacked him? He can't hear shit.
You
though.
saw the burst of light in there. You know Thunk's magics.
Okay. And notice that didn't distract him.
It did. It did distract him.
Oh,
He
that
paused
did
for a
distract
second. He looked up and he saw you, but instead he just forced himself to look back down and keep reading.
So he looked back down at the stuff on the table.
Correct. Let's keep reading.
Basher's going to hit all the stuff on the table off.
Sure. Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
First, roll me a strength check, not save.
Strength check. Okay.
And then roll me a con save.
We need to see if you're strong enough to smack a book.
Jesus.
Petra.
Yep.
You reach out and you try to slap that book. This powerful transmutation ritual happening. And you try to disrupt it by slapping that book. And you do. You grab it. You touch the book. And you feel it with all of your force. You're trying to push the thing. Unfortunately, a chipmunk does not have the strength to push the book off of the table.
Yeah.
And you realize you're on it. You are on the pedestal. You are pushing against it with all of your might, your strength, your paws, your shoulders, your cute little furry self. But again, a chipmunk does not have the strength to push the book off the table.
Basher's a chipmunk now?
Beisha is a chipmunk now.
Can I take or flame him again?
Beisha, you want to cook him?
Wait, is he an actual chipmunk or just the size of a chipmunk?
He is a chipmunk.
Oh. Dude, you're gonna be one deadly assassin.
How does polymorph in 5th work?
Mike, what if it works like old school, where your mind slowly starts to slip?
I was gonna say, then you're effed, my dude.
Because you know, I do that even in like 3rd edition and stuff. I'm like, yeah, your mind still goes.
Sometimes Beisha's already kind of chipmunk-like, so I mean,
Hey man, that was hey, look. If that could be a threat in the Animorphs,
This is hilarious.
The Animorphs teen book, it should be a threat in D&D.
I just gotta say, there have been 3 natty ones rolled already.
Yep.
Tyler, you are what you eat.
Yep.
Yeah, this is great. You know?
Those are just the accepted ones too. I think we had a couple roll that weren't used. There's been like 2 nat 20s.
Whose
turn is it?
Yeah.
My apologies. So after that, we have I think usually Vicelor goes, and then
Yep.
Can I reserve and go after Thonk, or is he top of the order? Thonk top of the order?
Scott, read chat real quick. Anubis said something.
I actually don't have chat open.
It says polymorph is a wisdom save, right? Why a con save? Anubis is asking.
Oh, that's funny. It's usually it used to be a con save in the old days. That's fine. 1 second.
Natty
There we
1
go.
on a con, a wisdom.
Yeah. My apologies. It actually is, if it's associated with wisdom, which is fucking weird, because it affects your body.
Oh,
Why
look.
would it be wisdom if it affects your body? 1 second.
I was just genuinely curious because I don't know. I didn't know if they were right.
No, that's fine. If that's the case, I will allow you to re-roll, because I always make re-roll. I don't make you just adjust the modifier, because that's legit. That's how we always do things. But it's just,
but I like Tyler being a squirrel.
It is.
Yeah, it's just
kind of funny.
it is stupid that it's a wisdom save. It just makes
It's also
no
a
logical
low-ass
sense.
level spell.
Yeah. Again, it's a I don't know. Hold on, let me just want to make sure I'm doing the right one.
I'm trying to think my way through.
Honestly, I'm fine with it staying, but I just was genuinely curious.
1 second.
Yeah, but all of your mental abilities would become that of the chipmunk if you lose, apparently. You would literally become a chipmunk.
Oh.
Oh, you know what it is? I'm thinking of baleful polymorph.
Yeah, that's like the 9th level one, right?
No, it's like a 5th level spell usually, but
Oh.
it's not in 5th edition,
Oh.
which is like, all right. Well, we'll allow you to re-roll, and you get to re-roll with your wisdom save. And good luck. Oh! With a worse modifier? Are you kidding me?
Tyler's now a big squirrel. Big squirrel.
That's a turn of events.
Just a 1 to a 20. No
Here
big
comes
deal.
Scott coming to ban Anubis now.
Yep. There we go. And hammer drop.
Bye-bye.
That ruins it. Not only because it was funny, though kudos to you, Tyler. But
I
because
thought it was funny, but
wisdom saves is just stupid.
It's so weird.
that's
I'm looking
just
at Baleful now, and it was Fortitude initially, and
Yep,
then
and then
Wisdom
will sa-
afterwards.
to see whether or not you kept your mental stats.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would have thought Constitution too.
Yeah, but again, 5e is like, yeah, conventional reasoning. All right, so awesome, good for you, Bayshore. You reach out, you try to touch the book. You do not have the strength to move the book. However, you do resist the nuts. So
good. I'm glad I resisted the nuts.
it is now Vicelor.
I want to turn.
Okay, well, everyone's attacking this
I was
dude.
kinda
I guess I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him twice.
You're gonna try to throw an Eldritch Blast in there?
If I see Thonk attack,
Mhm.
it's like, all right, I guess maybe he knows something I don't. So yeah.
Sure. Roll me an attack roll, sir. So you throw the Eldritch Blast into the magical aura, and it starts immediately once you throw it in there. It's like, and starts making its trek around to see whether or not it hits your target, or as it's warping its way around.
This is why Sacred Flame's great, because you're not throwing anything. It's just your skin literally burns from the holy. Grummish
Yeah,
is
I guess I would I have known that might have happened with my Arcana?
No.
Somebody
no.
did that though, didn't CX did it? I think he threw something at it and it got sucked in.
And
But
yeah,
unless CX told
the,
you,
the fire thing. Yeah.
unless CX had told you, you wouldn't know.
I
Could you
think it
roll me
was
your,
Thonk and I that saw it actually.
can you roll me your
Yeah.
damage, sir?
Actually,
yeah.
wow,
No.
Sacred Flame is great for this situation.
No, Patrick, I was in the room. You guys teleported out. That's when I saw it. Bayshore was the only one that saw it.
Now everyone's about to see it.
Yeah.
Bayshore,
Okay.
can you do me a favor? Can you just quickly roll me a reflex save? Or
So-
a dexterity save?
Yeah. I can do that.
Whoa.
Okay, it comes flying in, and you see this Eldritch Blast coming in the corner of your eye. And you're like, oh shit! And you like throw yourself backwards so the thing doesn't actually hit you, and it whips right around where your head would have been, and poof, hits the guy for 8 points of damage. We make save. Yeah. Oh, I actually beat a DC 10. I got an 11 total, so I'm good. After that is going to be your turn again, Thonk. Go
You
ahead.
don't have to break my save. It's just a 10.
It's 10 or half damage, whichever's greater.
He has to just
Oh,
make
okay.
a DC again, 17.
Sorry. Wait, you get 2 attack rolls.
I was gonna say, wait, attack twice.
Yeah.
I thought.
I do. I don't
Oh,
know if I
sweet.
would attack a second time after watching that.
Oh, I totally wish you would.
He wants me to fail a dex save.
What?
I know.
No. I just want him to roll a low attack roll. Because that'll work better.
After seeing like Bayshore have to dodge out of the way, I don't think I would attack again. I think I'd rethink what I was gonna do. I don't think Vicelor would attack twice. if he
Yay,
saw-
high wisdom scores. Are you going to walk at least?
No, just because of that, no, I won't.
Dexterity save from me. Oops, wrong button. Dexterity save from me.
You know, I was gonna walk, but with that attitude, Mister, I'm staying right where I'm at.
Actually, I make my dexterity saving throw, so no damage from this one, Mike.
Dang.
All right, do you move, Mike?
I will continue progressing up as best I can.
Okay, say 1, 2, 3. Make me acrobatics to do that. You can start rolling with advantage now. And CX, it's your turn. Heal 1 health point. Go.
We good? Do you see that, Scott?
Yep. Sorry, I give you thumbs up.
Cool. Sorry, I was looking at the computer screen.
Seeing that this isn't working for CX, he's gonna start going up the opposite side of the stairs.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna go. Yep.
Gonna make his way this way. So I'm just gonna. I
Do
guess.
you want to
can
go to the stairs? Or do you want to do like the whole jump on the table,
Nah,
jump on the
I'm just
balcony?
gonna make my way to the stairs.
Okay, sure.
So I'm just gonna be moving right here.
Okay. There you go, and you're good to go. You don't have to roll anymore. You understand the wave far enough that you're good to go. Just doing the double move, you're good. All right, after you is going to bring us back to top, which is Bayshore, straight right here in front of the guy. You know that trying to touch the book is dangerous. You know that this person does get disrupted, but is fully committed to casting the spell. They're injured, but not to the point where they're going to stop. At one point in time, they do look up at you. They give you a look, Bayshore. Roll me a sense motive.
Insight.
Thank you. Insight. He knows what I mean. He plays multiple games with me.
Yeah.
So insight check. You maybe he's taunting. Who knows? He just gives you a look, like leave me alone. But you're here for a reason. He's here for a reason. Who's going to succeed with their task? It's up to you, Baishra.
That's at the book. That's at the book, by the way.
Oh, Venom Dagger, the book.
Yep.
The book's wearing chainmail armor. It has a high AC.
Yeah. Well, it's just small size, so it has a bonus to AC for being small size. So she was a tiny size, right? So that's plus 1 AC for being small, plus 1 for being tiny.
And it's got
These are real third edition mechanics. Yeah.
Open.
Wait, which edition are we playing?
And it answers to when you sing its name, book.
I feel like we spent half of our show talking about third edition in the glory days instead of playing what we're playing.
No, he hitting the book with a dagger. He does hit.
How many times
Mike was making the Hocus Pocus references. Listen, Mike.
I love Hocus Pocus.
I just hooked up the DVD
I did
player
7
yesterday.
piercing damage.
Wow, so not even at all this October.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Thank God, I've been able to avoid it. But listen, I set up the DVD player. What day is today? Yeah, yesterday. But you know why? Because Rory was super sick the other day, and so Brittany, to cheer her up, went out and bought the new Aladdin movie.
Oh,
That's hot. That's hot.
I had to watch.
I'm
the new
sorry.
Aladdin movie.
You know, I wouldn't wish that upon many of my enemies. Like, I'm sorry you got to go through that.
Yeah, it's really rough. I mean, I know first world problems and all, but you don't understand.
But
man.
did your daughter like it?
Oh, that's the worst part. Mike.
Exactly,
She watches movies like Brittany does.
Happily?
It's
With
already been on.
optimism?
It's already been on again.
With childlike wonder?
Oh God. Oh, sorry.
Did I do? Did
sideways for
Baishra-
really?
Did
Yes,
Baishra
you
do
hit.
anything
You
with
so you
book?
grab the dagger, you stab it into the book, and you do successfully stab the book. However, it's a book. It doesn't really do that much to it. You know what I mean? Maybe if you're able to tear more pages up or do more damage, but you weren't able to hurt it that much that first initial stab. Anything else on your turn, Tyler? Do you bite the book too?
I can't bite. I have to have a short rest before I bite again.
That's the weirdest sounding thing ever. I can't bite with my mouth till I sleep.
He's gonna offhand with the short sword at the book.
My jaws don't work till I take an 8-hour nap.
When did you pull out your short sword and your dagger after you woke up from being unconscious and started running across the battlefield and climbing?
All right, he literally just pulled out his dagger. His short sword was on the ground next to him. He literally fell where he dropped his short sword.
You didn't say you picked it up. Go ahead, you can offhand attack. I don't care.
At the book.
Listen. I heard a blip, probably from your thing, but I didn't see it.
I didn't see a roll.
I don't see it either. So.
All right.
There we
At
go.
the book.
Wow. Oh! Roll the damage.
Every time you let him re-roll a roll?
I know.
But
Fucking Tyler has the best luck in this game.
I
Wait,
have
you
to
don't think I do?
1d6. Well, I don't. Scott.
Click it. No, just click it.
No,
It's different
because
weight.
it shouldn't get its modifier. Because
Yeah, we can just subtract that. It's all good.
It's different.
Okay,
You're just
so-
lucky you get to play this game.
Still part of it. Yeah, that's true.
subtract
Still
3.
9. Yeah, it's still 9.
Okay.
So you stab it into the book with the dagger, and you grab the other one, and you start like sawing out pages, causing them to also get caught up in the force of wind as they rip and tear free. And there's a bunch of pages whipping out around as well. You are actually having an effect on what it is he's working on. You can see he's like starting to panic as he's looking down and trying to like read the words and like trying to grab at a page that flies up. And then like when he realizes he's not going to be able to catch the pages, you realize he's just going to have to kind of do it from memory, like channeling the magic through him. And you see like looks at you like pain as he kind of stumbles back a little bit. And as he stumbles back, he's just kind of like, oop, hello. Sorry, Mike. I probably just screwed up everything.
No!
Oh, sorry.
All right, I'm the GM now.
You are the GM now.
As the page flies.
So he grabs the thing and he starts flying backwards and he's concentrating and he's like, oh, stop, oh, God, Nira, Nitu, or whatever those words are.
He was like, no,
everybody
she's
went
about
into
to
the
choose
wrong
between
box except
Edward
for me.
and Bella and Jacob, and I don't know what's going to happen. He was shimmering and glowing, and then 50 Shades of Sex was going to happen, and now my page is gone.
Mike, what were you saying?
Of sex?
I said literally
Yeah.
everyone went into the wrong box except for me.
And Isn't that
Well,
Twilight?
if we go to break here in a second, we could all just turn our cameras off and turn
Nope,
back on.
nope. I'm already readjusting.
I'll turn it off, Mike. You don't need to say another word.
I swear to God.
You won't. No balls.
You won't? No balls?
No, Scott, you're already at the bottom. So
I know. I did it for the memes. All right. So, anyways, so.
Memes?
Yep, that's right. I said that.
I like how Wade's just a 5.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
All right. So, anyways,
You're at least a solid 7.
he's starting to try to
Thanks,
channel the
man.
spell. Now, instead of just succeeding, he has to start rolling to actually do his work. And let's see how the first roll. Okay, the first roll is just barely a pass. So he's able to continue his ritual, but he's stumbling through the words. You can definitely see the field itself is getting weaker. It's easier to traverse. CX, if you were to try to get in there, it'd be much easier for you now. Right after Bayshra was always Vicelor. What do you do, sir? Not reading the book, not going for the ritual. He's going to be using more fundamental magics. You might be able to understand what he's doing a little bit better.
But he's still got this thing going on, right?
Correct. It's just shifted.
Would counterspell work on this?
Not while he was doing the ritual, which was some high tier magics, and it might not work on this either. Throw counterspell into chat. If it's above, okay, you can try it.
Vicelor might know if it would work or not. I don't know if there's something I should roll to see if he would think of that.
You think it might work or not?
Great, thanks, man. That's really helpful.
That sounds like an Ozzy Osbourne interview.
I've studied this thing for 3 rounds, and
we'll come right down there, Karen.
he may know if it work or not.
Go ahead, you try it.
Yes, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Roll me a spellcasting ability check. It's very useful to have somebody cast animal affinity or whatever they call it in 5e before you do these spells.
Don't you have to beat my DC? Isn't that how counterspell works? Do I have to?
No, you roll the other way.
It says the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Correct.
So
So
what am I rolling?
if it's casting a spell 4th level or higher, make an ability check. Yeah, using your spellcasting ability modifier. So his spellcasting ability modifier. Like but my apologies. For you, that means charisma.
So
Yeah,
just
for you, that
roll
means
flat
charisma.
charisma?
Correct. Not safe.
Whoa!
Vicelor just throws his fucking staff at the dude and smacks him in the head.
Let's go!
I'm not making any bets for cat food, Tyler. So leave it
No,
alone.
I'm not. I wasn't gonna go there again. You already suffered enough, and I was surprised you did it because you made the. That's what Vicelor sounds like when he threw counterspell.
That's why it worked.
Oh. You see the bubble, which is whirling, and all of a sudden from the center, an eye appears as the magic starts to dissipate from the center outwards, like an eye of the eye of the storm.
Sauron.
Ah.
This is the
Yeah, yeah.
same like eye thing that we saw earlier in the library.
No, like an eye of the storm. Like it's starting to, the magic is starting to get weaker there. So in that initial area, like where Bayshra is standing, it's actually a bit weaker than it was beforehand. It's not quite as powerful. The whirlwind's like almost going backwards. There we go. It's like this kind of area right here is a lot weaker. All right. After you, sir, who's next?
I believe it's Thonk.
My apologies. Yes, it is Thunk.
Sizzle, sizzle, here we gizzle.
You.
Woo!
That is low damage, but
That's
As low as
almost
I
a
can
minimum.
roll. That is minimum. That's what the one.
Hey, and I failed my saving throw, which means I take the 3 points of damage, which means I need to make a Constitution
Yeah,
Constitution
that's the real,
save.
That's the real roll.
it sounds like Scott's mad.
Wow, we just had like a 1, 2, 3 punch right there.
We
Rip up the
still
book.
don't know if it's a good thing to interrupt
I
this
know,
guy
but
or
it
not.
worked. You ripped up the book, you counterspelled his extra attempt, and then there's
Watch, this is a
enough to
book that
throw
we
his-
actually
The
need.
magic is breaking down. This area right here that you see is really just an area where the magic is like it's starting to
That's a
swirl down and
lollipop.
stop. It's starting to swirl down and stop. The outer rim is still kind of kicking in and still exists, but the inner area is much, much, much calmer. There are still waves in the ground and the ceiling and the walls, and there are still bricks flying out, but far less, fewer in between, and far fewer bricks are flying out the door. It is seriously getting weaker now. Vice Lord started a chain reaction, and it's working.
Can Beishra hear now?
No, actually, his ears are ringing.
Okay.
Your ears are ringing, a ding, ding, a ding.
So after that is going to be CX. What do you do? And heal a health point.
I'm gonna keep moving up the staircase. I don't have any ranged attacks.
Correct. It is getting so much easier out here. You can just move at your normal speed.
Okay. Am I able to? Can I true strike him?
True strike is just a.
It's just for my next attack on him. It would be advantage, right?
Correct. So you'd cast it, and then you would just like more or less make your next attack next turn, unless you quickened or something.
No. I'm just gonna true strike as I'm making my way. Can I do that?
Yep. And this actually counts as 40 feet. Sorry, my apologies because of the stairs. So this is 30 feet right here.
Okay. I'm just on the second platform, kind of a thing.
Correct.
Nope.
Correct. And then getting up here, that right there is just 25 feet, so you're good. Or sorry, 20 feet. So moving on, you after you is going to be back to the top, Beishra. You can't hear anything, but the wind between you is much softer and easy to move through. What do you do?
Beishra's gonna. I'm rolling a perception check to see if I can tell if the guy's reading the book or if he's doing his own thing now.
Okay. It seems like he's doing his own thing now. Honestly, it wasn't that high of a check for you because you were standing right there the whole time.
I'm rolling more right now because I'm basing it off of the fact that Beishra can't hear anything.
No, you're fine.
So Beishra's basically gonna approach him. Just he has his swords, but he's not gonna approach threatening and just kind of be like waving in front of him and shouting, "Hey, what's going on?" Because he can't hear himself talking. He's yelling extremely loud, like trying to talk normally, but also he was in the wind earlier, so he's thinking it's loud still, and so he's just like screaming at the guy. He's like, "Hey, what's going on? I noticed my friends didn't attack you, and other than recently, but like, what are you doing?"
So you don't mean to actually be aggressive with him. You just try to get to the bottom of this in a threatening, but not overly so manner. Correct?
Yeah. I mean, he's got his weapons out, and he's like full lizard guy. So
usually for something as simple as that, I wouldn't mean for it to be a concentration check. However, literally just took a pelt a couple of times, a spell counterspelled by Wade, so on and so forth. Wade actually didn't even technically use his action. He only used his reaction. He could have done something else on his turn too.
I wasn't given an opportunity.
Yeah, I should know your turn. So I'll make a check. It's not going to be a very high DC though.
All right, I was having a coughing fit. Need to grab the lozenge.
No, you're good. I hear you, brother. Yep. So nope, nothing. You he's able to kind of like ignore you and continue casting.
I mean, if he's continuing the casting and Beishra would know, he would probably just like kick him or something.
Okay. Go up and be mean.
Yeah.
Vice, what are you doing? Your turn.
Oh, CX.
CX?
Viceler.
That's why I was like, I swear I heard Viceler, not CX.
No, I thought CX was before Viceler.
No.
CX was last.
I'm last.
Yeah. All right. So Viceler.
Thonk, should I keep striking or? It seems the spell is. I assume I can tell it's dissipating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of which, Beishra would probably be right.
I mean, you felt yourself successfully do it.
What
does he still look like he's trying to do something else now, or is he still?
It looks like he's still trying to concentrate on the spell.
I can't stand directly in front of him, Scott, because he's in the half square.
That's right. You remember that he's special.
Thonk looks to Vicelor. I'm not.
What did he say?
I'm not. You asked if you should stop, and he said, I'm not.
Okay. I will try Toll of the Dead instead of Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Go right ahead. And he's within range that you can do that, right?
120
feet.
Oh, 60
yeah.
feet. Yeah, definitely is. Okay, cool. So I'll make my. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's a high will save. Oh my god.
Suck my half elf balls.
It's a low damage though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got 5. Yeah, but it still requires a concentration save, which I can only
Yeah, it's all about
succeed
them
at 7.
concentration saves. Make him lose it.
The spell's almost completely dissipated. Whatever he's working on is almost completely disrupted. There's barely even a wall of magic left. After you, Vicelor.
See,
Which
going to
damage
be-
does he take? Does he take the 12 because he's already been damaged?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know how that worked out.
Do we know if he succeeded or failed his concentration?
He failed.
it's the Axe's turn, right?
No, it's you,
Oh.
Thunk.
Your turn.
Why-
I'm
Yeah,
not-
you always go after Vicelor before CX.
Yeah, all right. I, for some reason, keep thinking otherwise. Okay, let's continue on.
Yep.
I
Do you,
think the 20.
do you continue walking, Mike?
After I make the attack, I do.
Okay. You can get up to the 20. You can't really go past that because it would count as too many feet
Sure.
because of the
He's got to make his roll.
rough terrain of stairs. Okay, I am going to make it. I'm going to fail.
Sweet.
Watch.
Oh, you don't
Yep.
know yet.
And I have to make this roll. This DC 17 is well above my ability. Yeah. Okay, so in short, the spell is gone. It's completely disrupted as another burst happens and he takes more radiant damage, and the entire spell is disrupted and stopped. All the bricks that are mid-air at the moment come tumbling to the ground and falling. He himself, who's been exhausting himself casting the spell, on top of all the damage that you guys have done to him,
Bless you.
actually
Sorry.
falls to a knee because of height. Falls to a knee, and he's like panting and he's exhausted. And he literally kind of like looks up at Baishra, who has weapons before him, and he's clearly at Baishra's mercy. He's out of breath. He looks just too tired to really concentrate. Maybe he could pull 1 or 2 spells off, but there's no way he'd win this fight. It's obvious to everybody from all of their wherever they're standing. There's no way he can win this fight. Before we toss it over to CX to see what happens next, why don't we take a quick break?
Sounds good. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. So grab a drink, do what you got to do, and we will be right back. Hello.
I'm alone.
God, I gotta redo these too. I forgot.
I'm Vice Lore. Oh my God, Wade's the DM.
He was.
Oh, never mind.
I guess I'm fired.
Nope, Scott's on
Yes!
There can be miracles. When I believe
in
though,
life after love.
hope is frail. It's hard to kill.
Wow, Tyler must be like Scott's boy. My mind went to places that said you're on Twitch. Don't say that.
There's many times where we go
I
that
was
way in,
stuttering.
like, recordings,
It
and we're
was
like,
it's a
wait.
tough transition going from high school and college, like
It's not. Well,
going
sorta,
from that to online and like trying to switch up like what's acceptable and like what's good and what's bad. Like just learning, and like growing up, I obviously we heard like there were straight people, there were gay people, there were people of different ethnicities, but like all of the transgender people identifying as different things, like all of that stuff was so brand spanking new that it was just like starting off my career was just like a crash course
Oh, yeah,
in
dude.
learning
YouTube has
everything that they
changed.
don't learn.
In YouTube,
growing up.
even when you go back then, like think about how different it was in high school to 2012, like how far we've come as a culture. And
Oh, yeah.
now you think about 2012 and think about wow, how far we've come since 2012. Like we are making leaps and bounds.
We were just talking about that oh god, what's that movie called? Where Robert Downey Jr.
Roll-
plays the
Roll 20 just died on me.
Yeah, I just had that die too.
It's called Iron Man.
Tropic Thunder,
Oh.
where Robert Downey Jr. plays a black guy. And,
He's
like,
the
you
last
couldn't- you
person
could
that's
not
going
do
to get away with that.
now.
Yeah,
Like, you
last
can't do
person.
that
Oh,
now.
definitely, yeah.
And that movie is how old? Like 10, 15 years?
That's
Dude, that
2010,
movie's
yeah,
how I hate what's his name? What's the dumb guy's name? The one that actually plays the mentally disabled person, which also you cannot get away with nowadays.
I can't remember.
Ben
I
Stiller.
saw the movie
Ben
once.
Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
I hate Ben Stiller, and I actually like him in that movie. Like I
Wait,
hate
that
Ben
came
Stiller.
out in 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By the
11
way,
years.
that literally was making fun of people who played those roles. That was the purpose within.
Yes,
Well,
but
you
that's
still-
what it
but
is.
It was still also
It was-
really
no,
bad.
That wouldn't be
Yeah, yeah.
allowed. Like,
But
yeah.
it doesn't matter because everything's so cut and dry, black and white that even I'm making fun of the people that do that. So I agree with you. I'm just praying how dumb it is. Is like, no, you did it. And it's like, oh no, it's a satire. It's the whole point.
Right.
The joke isn't that. The joke is the people who actually believe
It's
that.
like the Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones like stand-up comedy.
Without
that got a
commenting
lot
on
of
my
flack.
feelings on the matter, it's just a very different world than it was growing up. And a lot
Right.
of that's a good thing. A lot of my things I would say playing Call of Duty as a 12, 13-year-old boy were not good things to say.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, Jake is trying to get me to do. He's like, oh, you should do like if you hit a certain donation tier, you should do a Boston accent only stream and do a whole like 12-hour stream Boston accent.
that's not
I was
offensive.
like-
That's just painful, man.
No. Well, yeah, it is painful. I was like, but the problem is like for me to keep my mind in that mind because I
Oh, you got to
feel that
slip
way
into
with-
character. You got to
yeah.
I
slip
have to
into the
slip
Boston.
character.
Yeah.
And so I have to speak like my family. And let's just say that's not
It's
things
the-
that
No,
should
no.
be said on the internet.
Yeah.
You're becoming that
talk like my
character
friend?
does
Yeah.
not fly. All right.
No.
The spell died because we all rolled really well and we're all awesome.
And
Yeah,
it's
actually,
Theax's
yes.
turn
I agree
and
with
the
you.
Guy's
No, it
kneeling
was literally
before
like-
Beishra.
It was unspoken.
Amazing.
It was unspoken teamwork between all four of us, which
Yeah.
shows our characters have truly kind of grown together.
It was genuinely beautiful. I'm gonna literally at CX just because of how things ended. I'll let you do one more thing if you care to, but then I literally want to kind of like open it up for everybody. Imagine everybody's approaching simultaneously. Baisha's the first one that could do something physically because he's there, so on and so forth. But just before we peel away initiative entirely, CX, is there anything that you cared to do that was like, no, I want to attack, or is it no, let's just peel away now?
Oh no, I was gonna roll and I was gonna run as fast as I could and tackle him and just keep him in kind of a stun lock where he couldn't cast anything. I was gonna be trying to cover his mouth and cover his arms, both of my arms.
Sure. So you
I
gotta
don't
go
know if
rushing
you
up there
can-
and try to grab at him and whatnot. Obviously, like I said, Baishra is there first, so Baishra be able to react first to anything physically. But you can come rushing over and definitely jumping in to do that if whatever Baishra does doesn't like.
Seeing
interfere
his
at all.
markings, I think, and having the experience
Of course.
had, Beishra not having that experience, just dealing with a red wizard. I mean, to an extent, Beishra has, but like the golem stuff. CX doesn't want to have to fucking deal with that shit again. So
I also want to point out, literally, Beisher has never seen Thonk do an attack spell in any sense of the ways.
Yeah, never.
He has stepped out of the room and ran away. So based on that information,
would have either.
I honestly, those flashes of light, Beisher didn't know what those were.
Yep. So Beisher, you do you, Boyo.
Beisher is like frustrated with this guy. He's clearly looked at him, did something else. He was just gonna like, forebodingly, like, what the hell are you doing here?
So you can start questioning.
Yeah. Just say, what the hell are you doing here? What were you doing? Why are you tearing this place down? Like, Beisher doesn't want to have a ceiling collapse on him. He doesn't want to be trapped. He's dealt with being trapped or caged or in a tight space. And fairly recently, he was in a cage.
Sounds like you have the claustrophobic flaw.
Mike, you can throw us over to the normal.
I already did.
Chat window, yeah.
I already did. I figured that it was done.
Cool.
So Beisher is simply gonna grab the guy by his scruff of his shirt and lift him up with blade in hand, saying, "What the hell were you doing, and why did?"
I'm gonna be holding his hands just so he can't be casting anything. But
that's what Beisher
would want to do.
So you kind of like grab him and you give him the holler. Everybody else is approaching. Does anybody else say anything else, or are we just watching the fact that Beisher is there first and saying?
Also,
I'm gonna whisper into his ear with my awesome amazingness of being just straight up pissed off and intimidating. Just gonna say,
awesome whisper.
Just gonna be like, you better listen to what he says. He doesn't like it when people lie to him.
And CX, at this point, just jump yourself to 26 health. All right,
Okay.
so everybody else is kind of just approaching. Beisher saying the words. You're whispering.
He's more than saying it. He's shouting.
No, I get that. Yeah. So you're asking the question. You of course don't hear the whisper, and he just says, "I was answering my master's will, and I would do it again."
Who is your master?
Beisher can't hear it. He just sees his mouth move, and he's just looking around.
And so Thonk would step forward and have his hammer like pointed forward with one arm as he approaches. And who is the master that you serve?
He looks at you, and it's one of those things where he seems.
It's Weisler.
He seems perplexed that you would even ask him that. Like you can see genuine surprise on his face, and he says, "Grumsh."
I lower my hammer slightly.
CX just makes out a very heavy. Huh?
This is a human, right?
Correct.
And I genuinely look at him with an incredibly, like, my face goes from stoic to deathly serious and a welling rage underneath. The words that spill from his lips are barely held back before turning to screams. He simply says, "Explain."
Beisher, how can you roll insight if you can't even hear him?
He's just looking at the guy. He's doing
reading
insight
body
on
language.
everybody.
He's doing like reading
on
body
everybody.
language. So you see Thonk kind of tense, his shoulders rise, his head
hear,
drops, and his brows kind of drop as his hammer also goes from being relatively held aggressively to slightly less so.
Is CX kind of confused as well?
Beisher will probably let down on the scruff and just kind of keep looking around at everybody.
So he looks at you and he says, "I am here to serve my master."
Who sent you?
Grumsh.
Directly? Are you trying to tell me he spoke to you?
Yes, Grumsh spoke to me. Now, out of game, you know that doesn't necessarily mean like the gods himself. It could be, a proxy of the god, like a demon devil, and so forth.
But yeah, I get that.
Like if you say Jesus spoke to me, it's like, God didn't speak to you. It was like Matronon or like one of the Michael or some shit, Whoever
I've
had
only
the
talked to
sword.
so many people.
There's for those who have a high perception, there's a catch of almost like a quivering of Thonk's lips before his next words spill. His body's still incredibly tense, and the grip around the hammer tightens. You can hear his skin on the leather tightening around it. And what were his words? What was his message?
I love that Mike's description is the description of a well-practiced BDSM.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, welcome to being a... Yeah, it's Grumish. You serve Grumish.
The tightening of the leather around his thighs.
I have
the way it
great-
creeps
All about
as
those.
he poises.
It's about those intense moments. Those
Yeah,
very
I have
specific details.
great experience in that section.
Yes,
of the,
you-
What? What's going on? What?
He's ruining the mood in the background.
No, he's literally just looking around. I figured a DC 15 perception of trying to figure that out, and Bastra's just like, "What's going on? What?" And he's like trying to like listen, like he's cupping his ears, like leaning in now, like
he ignoring Bashra, because it's just a person trying to figure out what's going on. Ignoring Bashra, he said, "I was told to come and to do a ritual. How to get to the ritual? It was the books that you found. I used them."
And what was this ritual to do?
To rebuild it
Rebuild what?
from where we came from.
Do I know what he's talking about?
No, not in the slightest clue.
Do I? Because
Yes,
we were looking.
absolutely.
Vicelor would step in.
Because remember, wait, you kept this a secret from Thunk the entire time.
Yeah, so at this point, Vicelor just would incredulously be like, the portal to all the other orcs.
What portal to what other orcs?
This is most. You. This is the book. He'll like go look for the pages. All of a sudden, he's like scampering around looking for the pages to the book.
The ones that got like ripped out and like kind of tossed around and whatnot.
Bonk. There was a discussion about the high priestess and I. We thought of a possible method of defeating the creature was to either send it somewhere else or to bring more fighters from another place, possibly the orcs from where you came from. This was the spell to do it, but why here? Why now?
Why was I not informed?
At this point, CX would probably let go of the man.
We've, in all honesty, many different things have been talked about, but we didn't have any clear methods to do it, much less expect someone else to come here and do it. This was something that once we got a moment of peace and tranquility we could talk about, but our current objective was to hold the library from the Red Wizards.
Bashra steps between both of you two, seeing anger in Thonk's face in your direction and you talking rampantly, just like expecting you guys to fight. He just steps in between. Why are you guys mad at each other?
It becomes apparent the reason why he's yelling, the reason why he's acting the way he does, he's been deafened. He was in that loud sound for too long. It's probably going to take him an hour or two for him to, lessen up unless somebody has that kind of magical healing.
Hang on.
Can you just stop?
I can use Awakened Mind to explain to Bashir what's happening.
Well, can't Thonk do the whole stop thing?
He can, but I will just
I'm out of spells.
I will quickly tell. This doesn't cast a spell, I don't think. It just says
I
you can
imagine
speak
that would be very
telepathically.
Thonk right now, just overwhelmed and flustered. Just be
Go,
like,
go ahead, Vicelor.
Bashir, we are currently just trying to figure out. Apparently, this human was trying to also support groups. I will update you once the conversation is done, but please calm yourself for a moment.
I can hear now. What? How are you
it
in
did not
my
seem
head?
pertinent, Thonk, that this information be brought up now because we didn't quite know how to do it. And our current, again, objective was the Red Wizards. This was something to come after. But
he speaks as though a messenger was sent from the divine itself and informed him of what to do.
this is something beyond my knowledge. I do not know where this came from.
I'll whip around back to him, hammer still in hand. Who spoke to you? What spoke to you?
Rumsh spoke to me and gave me the message. I was on my own path. I had my own reasons for doing what I was doing. But then he spoke to me. He came to his servant and he told me of how it is that I could aid. He told me of the things that were discovered. If only I found a way into the keep, and it was easy. There are many holes in the defenses, and even more being opened by the wizards as we speak. Transferring myself to these to this war was easy to do back home. And I slipped in through the defenses, found the supplies that you'd been gathering. Everybody's so distracted. Nobody's looking. They never see what they want to see. So they never see what's there. They always see what they want to see. I grabbed the supplies, brought my way down here, and began the ritual.
But if you are on our side, why not submit yourself to us? Inform us of what you're to do.
I'm not on your side.
You're on Grumsh's side.
Not
His
yours.
side is my side.
I was commanded by Grumsh to do my task. If you were not made aware of it, perhaps you weren't given the authority for a reason.
Are you calling me unworthy?
Do we believe him? Can we roll insights to believe? See if we
You're
believe him.
absolutely welcome to roll insight checks. He looks like a human that's saying he worships Grumsh.
There's no insight happening with Thonk right now.
He says, I make no accusations. I simply state what happened. Interpret it as you will.
As he's saying this, Seax will point to the broken machines and be like, what of those? Why did they attack us? If you meant no harm and you were on your merry way, why have defense?
Beatrice, since he
those
can't
are
hear
not
it,
mine.
Beatrice, since he can't hear at this point, is going to walk out in the other room and gather up his Heartseeker bow, because that was still in the corner.
Sure. He says, those were not put there by me, but they were designed not to attack me.
By whom?
Well, he
looks-
looks the appearance of
he's
a red wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There's a beat of silence before, in a really quick motion and pure rage, the hammer's picked up with two hands and it comes careening through the air, colliding with this side of his jaw.
With this guy?
With this
Make an
guy.
attack roll.
Just complete anger.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Let me click that.
Did our insights roll?
He's
for
going to take it. He's not just going to be like...
Well, he's on his knees exhausted. Why am I rolling with anything? Hang on.
So your insight, you guys believe him. You think he's being earnest. It's one of those things that, why is this such a hard thing to, oh, wow, look at that. That worked in your favor, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you do hit. And I assume you do the radiant damage as well. So it's 15 points of damage. I have to make a wisdom saving throw. I do get an okay modifier. I rolled a fucking natty 1. Oh, well, whether or not Grumsh is with him, Jeebus is not, or Jeebus is not.
I would immediately
So he's
swing again.
stunned.
Sure,
are you just going to pulverize this guy till he dies?
That's the plan.
Okay, well, it's going to be easy at this point because he's stunned on the ground. You literally kill somebody that claims to be the servant of Grumsh.
It's Weissler and CX, I believe, get an option to act.
They can certainly try to interrupt, but Mike's stating that his intention is to beat this man with his hammer to death.
I mean, I would tell him that I believe what he's saying.
Perhaps
we should speak with, as you're like pummeling him, speak with groups and. I
was gonna say, as you're coming down with your second,
for ourselves.
CX would probably step in and be like, "Why don't we consult before you finish this blow?" As he's like bloodied and like down on the ground.
You listen to them when they're coming between you and your faith, or no?
See, the way I picture Thonk right now is utterly enraged, like an orc would be, that you rarely see him like, for reasons. And I don't know if sound words are going to pierce him for the first time since you've probably known him.
Would mine reach you? Just my sheer intimidation. I don't know if that would. I'm not trying to intimidate you.
Orcs actually, you can attempt that because orcs that's what they respect.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, I'm not meaning to, but that's my nature now.
Yeah, might makes right, man. Yeah.
And also, don't you get advantage on intimidation?
Yeah, he does. Yep.
I do. Yeah.
That's what I was offering you.
What would the DC be equal to, Scott? Just so I know.
You would set it in your own mind, but I would say definitely no less than 20. You know.
Okay. Well.
So I mean, you make a good show, but if you're not physically stopping him,
CX would just be like, think. Perhaps we should consult before you end this mortal's life.
There's maybe a beat of hesitation before the hammer continues.
And just as you're going for the final, just.
No, it's past the final. Like it's genuinely unnecessary what he does. It's just.
Yeah.
Oh, is he already dead?
Have you ever stomped a pumpkin?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
Is he dead by the time I try to stop you? Because
I mean, I would say after the second, third hit. I mean, because once he's unconscious, the second hit would knock him unconscious. The third hit counts as 2 deaths on a death save. You know.
Okay, so yeah, I want to do it before he's like officially dead.
So it would be before the third hit.
Before the third hit, yes.
I have a question. Would Baisha walk in before you knocked him unconscious or not?
No, you walked out.
No, you walked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was picking up his heart seeker.
And the only reason why I'm saying this is because you can't hear it to react and go back.
Right, right. That's
walking around the corner like, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
I know you're acting.
I was just thinking time-wise how long it would take for him to walk to that corner and walk back in.
Vice Lord?
He tried to say something, but he's going to let Thonk do his thing.
Thonk, I know you finished smashing his skull.
I know you're working out of emotion, but he could have more information. That was
no, for sure. No, you're 1,000% right.
His name is Skull Crusher for a reason.
Yeah, there was a few things that he said that triggered Thonk more or less.
Oh, for sure.
He probably won't be talkable for the rest of the day. He probably after he's satisfied with the mess he's made, he would probably head back up and leave. Not leave the castle, but leave and go to my quarters and continue the war.
Can I search his body? What's left of it?
Absolutely. You can roll an investigation check. If you spend a long period of time, Vice Lord or whatever wants to help you, you can roll that with advantage.
I do want to inspect the rest of the room personally.
I want to find the book and see if I can find
the room would take a lot longer. Go ahead.
I want to try to find the book and the pages that were cut out.
Yeah. You can, again, with the investigation check, you guys helping each other out. Roll with advantage. Baisha can even be down here assisting as well. That's fine. Roll with advantage, whoever has the highest modifier, and this will kind of cover all 3 of you searching around down.
Mine's a 6.
Mine's a 5.
Between you and Tyler.
So, Wade, you have the 6. You can roll with advantage.
Okay. Tyler's luck versus my higher number, I guess. So here we go.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
We didn't see it
pop up. God damn it was a good roll too.
Do you want me to roll now then?
Yeah, roll a modifier.
Okay. Not bad.
You notice a couple of things.
The first one was a 21. 19
first, looking at the guy, you notice, unfortunately, his head is just viscera, but one of you is literally an undead creature, and the other one eats and sniffs and licks everything. So neither one of you are particularly perturbed by what happened to him, to the viscera of his head. The only one that might have a reaction is Baisha, because even though Baisha crunches things in his teeth, this is a person. He reacts differently to people.
On the screen.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
I didn't interrupt you, Scott.
Just Discord, because I put Discord up there so I could type, and I forgot that the green screen was on that monitor, not this one.
Apologies.
Very good. So moving on. One of the things that you notice, you're searching over his body, and he has stuff on him, magical items. You can see that in a moment. You notice something strange about his face. It happens as his jaws. He says, smashed his jaw, and it literally dislocated. When he smashed his head, literally his jaw came loose. So there's a chunk where his jaw is completely removed on one side, completely removed from the bottom. It's absolutely disgusting, but it's still somewhat attached to the other side. So you can kind of grab the jaw and pick up most of the head and whatnot that's there. But part of the investigation is as you're kind of looking this over and you move the jaw to the side to see what kind of necklace they're wearing. I remember everything's a lot of gold. You notice something strange about his teeth, about his gum line. It looks like at one point in time there may have been surgery done here and here. Closer investigation makes you think that he definitely had teeth of prominence removed in these areas.
Is that where an orc's
canines down here
typically are?
It's where your canines would be, where they could be as tusks for an orc or a half orc. And then because that kind of gets you triggered, looking at it, you look at his upper teeth and you notice that once again, he has no canines in his upper teeth too. Or if he was a half orc or orc, he has no tusks.
I'm gonna take his head with me.
Okay. Look over the
whatever magical items and all that junk that he had.
Look over the rest of his body. You find, like I said, several other items that happen to be on his person. Even his robes are magical. You're welcome to, of course, roll a couple of Arcana checks, Wade. I'll take 3 Arcana checks. And because, again, he's assisting you, everything's so on and so forth, I'll give you advantage. Just be nice. Okay, imagine you guys are spending time down here away from Thunk.
Here's the
after what he just did, yeah, probably. Giving him time. Nice.
Did that pop up?
It did, yep.
26.
Toss me 2 more, please. Yep. Beautiful. One more.
21.
And does this also go down
Oh,
further?
that thing knocked it off
21.
the 20.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. By the way, there are successes across the board. First and foremost, you notice that his robes are actually magical themselves. Looking at the robes, kind of investigating them, you realize the robes give you the ability to what is it? The robes give you the ability once per week to shapeshift the way that a druid would, allowing you to take on the shape of an animal, and in doing so, like polymorphing, take on all of its physical stats and its health points, and so on and so forth. So it actually can give you a huge boon in combat, allowing you to turn into things like, say a horse, cheetah, boar,
Bear.
spider, things like that.
Does it
Not a
include like
werebear.
magical creatures?
No.
Okay.
So like not a werebear and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
So it actually gives you the ability once per week to do that. And then let's see, the second item that you get off of it actually happens to be, so he's wearing, like I said, the golden, like the nice jewelry and everything that happens to be on him. The golden jewelry that he's wearing actually acts as bracers of armor, giving you a +2 to your AC if you're wearing it. You just have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Attune to it. Gives you a +2 to your AC just by wearing these magical bracers and tuning to them during a short rest. And the last thing you're going to get off of him is his spell book. So the cool thing about the spell book, on top of like if you're a wizard, you can like copy them into your spell book, which I don't think any of you guys are wizards. The cool thing about that is it does allow you to cast transmutation spells. What is it? As though they're one level higher without increasing the spell slot.
Is this the same book that Wade is trying to get the pages for?
Actually, yes.
What does the book do one more time?
No. I'm sorry. No. My apologies. No, that's his spell book. Allows you to cast spells.
Personal book. Okay.
Correct. As though one level higher without increasing the spell slot for you. So, I mean, it doesn't really have no effect on you, Wade, so much. I suppose it does. Yeah. But it allows you to cast spells slightly more powerful without paying the extra power cost. That other book was a ritual book. It's not something that's meant to be just like, it's got like full of rituals and whatnot that pertain to exactly what it is he's working on. One of the things that you'll notice about that book, again, investigation check, yay. Actually, no, roll me one more Arcana for identifying that book. Wait, same thing, advantage. Oh, and you fail this one. Well, that's important. Okay, so I honestly thought you were just going to succeed. So you notice that this book is difficult to read, not just because of the text in it is the Malharan, like we talked about beforehand.
This is the ritual book?
The ritual book. The even every page seems a little bit different, slightly different handwriting, slightly different writing style, so on and so forth. What you understand, you don't even speak the language. You can kind of identify this. This book seems a mess, and you definitely can't make
even with the earring. I don't speak this.
Oh yeah, that's right. The earring allows you Malharan. My apologies, but it's a mess, and it doesn't allow you to put heads or tails of what it is or how it works. Maybe you've got a guide to show you. But,
Oh, wait. There's that one lady that is still alive. I think Basher, after he grabs his bow, would actually go over and look at the dead golem body.
Okay.
And just kind of looking over that and actually kind of check the other doors again.
What was this guy's name? You have a name?
You never got it. You killed him. You smashed his head open instead of hearing his whole story.
His school book said Jeremy in it.
Oh, I'm just putting his skull. I don't want to put mage skull.
Well, mage skull works.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
Call him Mitch.
Tyler, you go to open which door? The one on the left or the right? The one on the left was the one that had the whooshing sound.
He was just checking the doors for the same sounds if any of those had changed.
One had 0 sounds, one had whooshing sound.
He would probably go to the door that he tried to open before, the one that wouldn't open with his strength check.
Yeah, because you had failed miserably, I think. That door, which is the one that's the one with the whooshing sound, isn't it? Yes.
No, it was the one that had no sound.
Oh, no sound. Okay, so you can try it again. Another strength check if you'd like before we cut up to Mike. That's a save, not a check, but it's the same difference, I guess.
It's the same modifier, yeah.
So anyways, you go to try to open up that door, and you are able to start opening it. Roll me a perception check. Okay. Before you slam the door and run away, I'll give you a quick little glimpse. Oh, you don't see any of it, do you?
I don't
Our
see
map is
anything
gone.
right now.
So you're fine. You also wouldn't see it because it's all a different layer. Ha ha ha. You go in there, you open up for just a moment, and you notice underneath a bunch of jars, but these underneath a bunch of like glass jars, glass bulbs, there are a ton of spiders in this room. Each spider is about the size of a decent sized dog, like a golden retriever or a chocolate lab or something like that. And there's a ton of them, one inside of each glass jar, tons of glass jars throughout the room. But that's not even the most intimidating factor. Directly across, less than 10 feet from where you are, where you open the door, you see inside a massive jar, a significantly larger spider, size of a grizzly bear. No, my apologies, not spider, scorpion, size of a grizzly bear. Immediately starts like clamping at the glass and trying to get to you. You're standing inside there, and you can literally see the glass. All the dome pieces, all the glass pieces, have a little metal glass door on them that start flipping open.
Yep, that's shutting that door.
You go back and shut the door shut.
Yep.
Okay. What do you do since you opened Pandora's box?
He's running back into the room where Thonk, CX, and them were.
Thonk's gone. Yeah.
Is he still deafened?
Yep.
You just hear Beisha screaming.
Oh, I imagine if this is way later, I imagine no, because it takes about an hour for him to get his hearing back.
Yeah, he would have investigated the golems first.
Yeah, that's fine. And you like I said, you know the chemicals on the golems, you saw all that stuff so far, but you don't know what to do with that stuff. I mean, you're not an alchemist by any stretch.
Right. He was just kind of seeing if there's anything worthwhile.
No.
It's more likely salvageable for artesian stuff with his bones that he was getting to make a shield.
Yeah. So unless you guys want to approach the spider situation, I imagine everybody retreats up the tunnel.
I wanted to ask Wade,
Please.
what's that spare the dying, or isn't there something to preserve a body spell that you have?
He does.
Yeah, I do.
I was going to ask if you can cast that on the skull.
While you guys are having that conversation, you just see Beisha running in, just leave now, get out. Scary things behind door. I opened it. They're coming.
Would that do anything at this point with this thing that's destroyed?
You don't know what else might be able to be done with the skull. So if you spend the 10 minutes, which according to Bayshore should be done upstairs, not here right now, it would at least add days, 10 days, to how long the skull is preserved for.
Okay, I think
sure,
it's
it wouldn't work for
gentle
Revivify.
repose, right?
Yep,
Correct.
gentle
But you would leave the areas first before you.
Beisha picks up the body. It just starts running.
And you guys go to leave as like you can hear the scratching and clattering at the door that he had tested beforehand and opened. And you're like, I don't know what's in there. Let's go.
What exactly was behind that door? As we're like scampering.
Don't worry about it.
I believe.
Bad things. Lots of things that bite and stab and do bad things.
There's a lot of them too, Tyler. A lot of them. And you guys go over to the tunnel where it was just kind of like you fell down slowly, and you stand there and you don't know how to leave. It's one of those like, how the hell do I get out of here? And so at one point in time, somebody finally decides, I don't know, just jump. And they do, and they jump. And it works.
Beisha would immediately just start jumping.
And you just jump and you like rise back up slowly, back to the platform where you were before, and you can come back out. Thonk has already left. And Thonk, you left a while ago. When you got back to the top, there was a certain someone waiting for you up there.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
So you look pissed off. And so you probably don't even notice him, even with your obnoxiously high perception. He is a rogue of high caliber, and you're distracted. So you start like storming past the area, probably not even noticing. And you hear from like several steps behind you, oh, is now a bad time?
I'd whip around really quickly, obviously kind of surprised that I forgot. And I just would say it's dealt with, and the other three are down there.
And so payments in full will be had. I'll have them come and speak with you.
He just nods.
Good. Did you discover how it's controlled?
Was that part of the deal?
Oh, the area, the means, but not like 100%. You have to do all the work.
Yeah, I would kind of, I would shake my head. The creatures, the guardians down there wore us down.
There's a lot of noise. Many bricks came flying up this tunnel and down that hall over
There
there.
was a red wizard we had to deal with,
Huh. What the hell was he doing with the bricks?
bringing this place down.
Well, then thank you for stopping him. Wouldn't be much of a treasure to hold if it was in a big heap. All right, you look like you have things you have to do, and I know I do. Our deals are, your side of the bargain is handled. You'll see to it that Beishra completes his end of the bargain for our other deal, and I will take care of my end.
No, I didn't say I would have Beidra take care of it. Didn't I say I would let him have her?
No, you said she was gonna, if it would ease his mind, if your plan was to kill her anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill her. Yeah, I'm not gonna have Beidra.
You had
But
Vice.
it was also about the value of the books.
You told me to kill her.
Too. Yeah, I'm gonna have Viceler kill her.
Yeah, you were gonna leave him like the entire library or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna get the security system and all that shit until.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. So he would actually take that part back. Yeah, my
Yeah,
apologies.
yeah. I was like, I swear, my God.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so you just kind of like he's like nods, and then he goes walking kind of with you, but it's one of those awkward things where it's like, oh, we're both going the same way. Okay. Cool.
No, I want him to go back
that's what you
there
do?
where the other three are. Wasn't he gonna head back
Why-
there?
no, because now he has to go deliver your message
Okay.
before it's too late, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
to
that's
deliver
right.
to
Yeah.
the-
I forgot that there was a
So we
time
get the
constraint.
mercenaries.
Well,
I
hell,
keep
we could
forgetting
have just
that there's
dropped
time
down there
constraint.
and dicked around for 10 minutes, come back and be like, it's all dealt with. We're good.
Then it would have been a deception check.
I'm good at
Yeah,
those.
Thonk
I am
thinks
too.
he's telling the truth, and he's goddamn pissed off. Okay,
So-
cool. So it worked out in our favor.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those awkward things where again, you guys walking side by side, or more or less like this, that several obligatory steps between you. At one point in time, probably almost as a joke, like you could sense that he thought it was funny to do so, though I imagine Dunk doesn't. He'd even say, these tunnels, they're all the same, aren't they? Like making that small talk. Thunk even respond.
No.
And he goes, yeah, me neither. and you guys continue going. Eventually, he splits off without saying a word, knowing where he's supposed to turn, and you're going straight, and so on and so forth.
Thonk
He
has to go
leaves.
attempt to recenter and not lose his shit again.
When he leaves, does some dumb dog try to attack him?
No, if he was leaving, Matilda wouldn't attack. Matilda's orders were basically just don't let the guys leave that room.
Sure. Mm-hmm. They leave with him.
Scott really wants Matilda to die.
Matilda's already dead.
Oh. No, it's not dead. It's not even undead. It's just-
No, my dog Matilda's dead.
Oh.
I knew
Well,
exactly where he was.
Because
Now Scott, now you can't kill this dog ever.
No, now I'm like incentivized to kill the dog. Now it's like
you
it's
just
like-
gotta name. No, you gotta name the dog Bratwurst.
Why?
I'm just saying, Tyler. It's a good idea.
How would you do
If you rename your dog Brotty, Bratwurst, any of that.
Come here, puppy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Matilda, Bratwurst, Beishra.
Beishra
Last
doesn't
name.
have a last name, so Beishra named himself. I don't know if I told you guys that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, he
Wanna
was
come up?
he kind of named himself and was kind of named that by people that saw him because it's draconic for animals.
Sounds like a cheap
cool.
Mortimer ripoff.
Come on. Up. Jump. I see you trying to. But you're just landing on the cat
Scott,
instead.
come back to us. Come back to
Sorry.
We
us.
need you back, Scott. We were
Well, I was
walking.
waiting for you guys. You were talking about cheap Mortimer ripoffs. So anyways, you go stomping off. You go to where you need to go.
Oh, yeah,
When you
just
get
go
back there, the Orogs have just barely gotten there ahead of you. Several minutes, nothing crazy. And my apologies. And you guys are walking down the tunnel, and when you finally get to the area, the largest room, the one that's actually right over by with the door. Like if the door were to smash in, and they were to come in, your room is immediately adjacent to the room where everything would come pouring through, right?
Okay.
Where the ogres were stopped from, so on and so forth. As soon as you're walking into your chamber, the chamber that's immediately behind the front one, you're told by the Orogs, which are only several minutes ahead of you, Oh, Thunk, you might want to come and look at this. You know, injured, still like, kind of like nursing her wounds, but trying not to look wimpy.
All right, I just will quietly follow them.
You do follow them immediately to the room that leads to like the big doorway, and literally the door of the library itself seems to have an archway being built around it. It's flimsy though, because it's not complete, not anywhere near complete. The base of it has most of its stone, but missing a bunch. And as you go further and further up, it looks kind of like a game of Jenga, but like that comes together building an arch. The arch was not finished, however, and you can tell that all the stone of the arch matches perfectly, which, funny enough, matches some of the stone inside of this keep. You don't know exactly what it's supposed to do.
He's so mad. He's so mad. Do I have like a head of intelligence or anything like that?
I think that's supposed to be Vicelor.
Who's under Vicelor?
No.
Like a head of debriefing?
I understand what you mean. You're talking about intelligence not being the actual brain stat.
Right.
But, honestly, your Orogs are your seconds in commands.
Yeah, no, I know they're second in command.
Yeah,
are they
that would be
like,
that. It's that's what you got.
Me informed.
Yeah,
well, technically, Beisha is also in.
Exactly, and you have your party members. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I'll look to the Orog. Were you aware of a conversation Vicelor had with the High Priestess?
No, who was with you looking after the war.
Find out who was aware. Bring them to me when you do.
Speaking of Vicelor and the High Priestess, I will look, but I'll tell you, most of the orcs around them while they were searching happened to be caught up in battles and killed. I don't know if it's coincidence, if it's happenstance or planned.
The cat's pawing at the dog, and the dog ran away.
So wait, what is he saying? A bunch of the orcs just died?
So
He's
remember when they were searching through
betrayed
books
you, I think.
beforehand?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is implying that, correct? But
That
so when they were
betraying
searching through books before, orcs were like, "Come, we're getting broken into. Let's go!" And like
they've all died.
they've all died. Like pretty much
So
every
maybe
orc was-
Vicelor and the Priestess are working against you, is what the Orog is implying.
Great. That's all you need. That's the only CD to put in Thonk's mind right now. My orders still stand. Find out who knew and bring them to me.
He
Find
looks
out
to the
why
other.
I was not informed.
He looks to the other Orog and back to you, like more or less you want both of us on this.
No, the other one needs to heal.
Okay. He nods, and they're both injured, but he nods, and the one that's less injured, the one that you're speaking to, he walks off.
I head back. Then once that's done, I'll get you see Thonk taking one more kind of grand look at this. What was supposed to be a portal, and somehow I was never told about it. Nor was I informed by my own god that he was sending somebody to assist us. Thonk freaking lost it. And now he's in. He just goes to his office afterward, and you probably hear like an orcish scream.
So
that's about it.
All right, Scott, I gotta private message you something because it's kind of good that Beisha couldn't hear at that moment, probably.
But you guys a bit later, because you were down there searching for a long time after Thonk left. Just because you were searching over his body, searching throughout the room. We didn't get to what else is in the room and whatnot, as you guys were doing that. So if you did search over his body, you're going to leave. My apologies. I didn't go over what else is in the room. Lots of alchemical supplies, if anybody here was keen towards utilizing that stuff, even though much of it smashed or broke or whatever, from the big ripples, the waves of energy that are kind of throwing things around. There's still supplies here. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. So there's so many supplies here that one could utilize. Obviously the golems, like Beisha was looking at, whatever those chemicals were that were mixed into them, who knows what value those would have in the hands of somebody that knew what they were doing with it, right? But unfortunately, you guys don't currently know right now. Other than that, this chamber, looking over the papers, everything that are down here, reading them the best of your ability, you come to realize this is exactly what they said. There are many different rituals that are written on these books. Not the book that he had. That was unique. That was different. That thing looks fucked up. These other books have very specific rituals written on them about how to control things like the defenses, how it is to actually repair parts of the keep, so on and so forth. Whatever this place is down here, it does seem to be exactly what you thought it would be. Kind of like an epicenter, like a control center for the magic of the actual keep. One of the things that you do see theorized in one of the books, again, because you can't read everything, you're leafing, right? One of the things you do see theorized in one of the books is there's even rituals or incantations that can be used for recategorizing all of the books inside the library, so they kind of like mesh your own style. However, that book is very, very heavily annotated, and many other alterations of the incantation thrown inside there.
I would grab that one, and if there's any other ones like it.
Bayshore would just grab.
There are too many books for you to easily carry. I forget. Do you have a bag of holding?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah. We picked up one on one of the shelves earlier. It was chilling down here.
No.
What were you saying? You guys would go, right?
Bayshore just has the body, so I don't think he can carry anything else.
I love bags of holding. Have I told you how much I love bags of holding?
Greatest item in the game, bar none.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing better.
I love
you can
them.
multi-purpose too. You can use it to open a portal to travel. You can use it to put items in. You can dispose of rotten meat and flesh in it. There's a lot of things you can do with that bag.
You could throw your team members in there when they're not here. And
It could eat you.
could eat you, yeah. One time.
Hey,
Bags of holding.
Scott, did you check my message on Zoom? I spelled things wrong.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I love being in on the joke. Let's move
No,
on,
it's not a
everyone
joke.
else.
This is actually a thing that might end up playing out.
Gotcha. That's how you spell it, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I grabbed that one book if I could.
Okay, yep, you can grab that book, yeah.
Okay.
I would grab any other books that Weissler would deem important.
Yeah, and you couldn't get all of them again. There's too many, but you guys grabbed several books. Well, actually, you wouldn't necessarily want those books. You need those down here as part of the trade. And you guys know what the trade is.
To recatalog the library?
This library no longer is going to belong to you guys. It's going to belong to the.
We don't care about that. We need to find more of the books we're looking for.
The only person who knows that is Thonk. Also,
Weissler has certain books he wants to find, so he doesn't care about that deal. He's grabbing these books.
And you guys leave, and the Barbara is up there as well
High
as
Priestess, you mean?
Yeah, Barbara, as
Great.
well as the organizing guy.
the janitor.
Yep.
So this is a weird coincidence and isn't going to look good, but I would tell the others to go on, and I would try to talk to the priestess and the other guy.
There you go.
Bayshore would just he'd set the body down next to you because that he basically understood that you had something you were going to do to preserve it, and he would head back to where Matilda
I would
was.
cast the ritual and let you take it to Thonk. I would cast the ritual and let you take it.
I would carry it back then.
Because
I have his skull, so I would
It's
just
a
carry the body with me.
long walk. It's a 45-minute walk without carrying a corpse with you. That's a long walk.
And Bayshore would also just say, "We need to seal this or close it or something."
Again, what is behind that door?
Spiders as big as me, and a scorpion as big as 4 of me.
Perhaps you should report that back to the Orogs or Thonk ASAP. He'll
he would,
peer back down to make sure spiders aren't just flying up the walls. Are they?
No.
Not
Okay.
yet.
So Siax and Bayshra with the corpse head back. Bayshra, do you actually go and speak to Thonk about the spider situation or anything else?
he's going to where the dog is to.
This is after
dog.
Wade used his preserving body spell. I assume yes. Okay.
Correct. And Wade, I'm going to let you have your conversation first because you're the one that's staying down here. So why don't you have your conversation? So they kind of like, go on, I'll meet up with you. And you're there talking with her. And what do you say?
We found more books, namely ones that pertain to the tasks we expounded upon before, namely opening up a portal to allow orcs to come through. And also, there's this category. I would have CX drop off the books that he had that pertain to the recategorizing the library or whatever. So we have these books that could possibly allow us to reorganize the library to our own choosing, and then we could find the other portals, books that maybe would assist us with our other tasks. I'm having trouble making out the magics, though, and I was hoping that you two could assist me in sorting this out.
Well, the janitor wouldn't be of use.
Well, maybe he's looked through these books. He might be able to help read some of it. In order to find them, he has to have some idea of how to read them.
The janitor more or less hisses at the book that you said recategorizes. It says, That's the one that's always broken. No one can figure out the spell. Every decade or so, someone else takes charge of the library and tries to use that magic or other means to recategorize the library, and never works. And everything's just always in chaos and many different categories. We talked about this before.
There is a creature trying to destroy all of civilization, destroying cities at a time, and I'm trying to get point across. And these books may help. Grr.
She agrees, saying, "I agree. These books are known to cause more anguish than they are aid. Nobody has ever been able to figure out the magics, and there are some pretty powerful mages that have tried. More often than not, it just scrambles the books."
Well, they're already scrambled, so it can only either work or else not make a difference.
What if it unpiled the ones we've already piled?
Would it take books out of our own possession?
She gives you like a helpless look and then a slight shrug.
Well, they're at least worth looking into to see. We don't necessarily have to use the magics, but at least maybe we can understand them. But this book right here was being used to open a portal to the Orcish plane of existence, allegedly.
We talked about this.
Yes, but this is the book. This is the one.
There's not one book, though. I thought it was a whole...
I don't know, but it was being used. The bricks were flying up here to build a portal somewhere.
We saw the bricks flying by. I didn't know what that was.
Did one of you tell anybody about this?
No, not at all. She says,
look at the janitor.
Kind of like looking the book over, and he's like, "I don't think so. There's only
Don't
orcs
think
here."
So, or did not?
There's only orcs here. They all try to kill me. Remember, you're the one that saved me. Or is it Beisha?
No, that was Beisha.
Beisha's the one that saved me. No. I didn't tell anybody.
Did that roll?
I see no rolls.
Oh, God damn it. That was an 18.
Hey.
That one?
That came again.
It was a 21 before. It was a +3, but that'll take the 15.
Good. That's fine. So anyways, you this, honestly, it makes perfect sense. Why the hell would he tell another orc? The orcs want to kill him.
Yeah. I'll explain to them the situation of the guy who claimed that group sent him to open that portal. Now, what are the odds of that being cast, as we spoke about this merely a day ago?
If we started... I know that gods work in mysterious ways, and I don't know to what understanding Grumsh or his servants have of the written word or ancient tomes. I honestly would always expect Grumsh to be an idiot god that wouldn't put much favor in books in general. But there's Thonk, and Thonk has interests, so perhaps I'm wrong. Either way, if Grumsh knew that the books were being compiled, I could see him sending in a servant that had the capacity to use the books, especially if the servants that were already here would be able to aid them in completing the task. Grumsh task. Hey, go.
I think Mike just had a good moment.
All makes sense. I got it.
We need to learn how to create this portal. And find any... he'll look at the janitor. We need to find more books. More books. Keep looking for books.
Okay.
I just picture the janitor going, they're all around.
That's what he's been doing for like 3 days. He's like, okay.
He knows what books I'm talking about.
Yep. And he kind of goes off, and she's there with you. She's like, let's at least look this over together.
Yes, we need to understand it.
Roll a new Arcana with advantage, with her aiding you. For this is again the book of the ritual. And so the two of you looking over this book, and of course there's heck magic and whatnot on there. You kind of looking over. She goes, I don't quite understand how it works, but I understand how it came to be. Do you see this? And it kind of like, it's one of those things where you see that the book is the spine, and the spine of the book The covers of the book is all the same. However, all of the pages on the inside are comprised of many different types of parchment. Like, it's a book that was made of many different books. But then kind of like flipping through it, you realize the way that all the pages happen to have their own, that happen to have the same kind of smell, the way that all of them seem to be so similar. You think that each individual page was torn from a different book somewhere throughout this library and kind of like pasted together in place in the correct order. Like, there were many different books pertaining to this ritual throughout the library. And perhaps you don't know exactly how it worked out, but maybe one page for each book in the correct order is what comprised to make this one book. But more than that, she says, but it's more than just about the books. We'd learned this beforehand. We read it in the books. It's about the stone. It's about the brick itself. This place is made of all Mulharan stone. Maybe it's specific stones, and that's why you're saying the stones are flying in an archway was being built somewhere. Maybe it's specific stones, and that's all it's referring to. And maybe it needs all the stones to act as a conduit. I don't know. But if he knew how to read the book, she's kind of like opens up to a random page. I can't even read the words, let alone...
I can read the words, I just can't make sense of them.
And she nods slowly and says, I don't know how we're going to be able to do this ritual in a short time frame if that's what your plan was.
The man who was reading this appeared to have been altered. I believe he was either orcish or half orcish and then was altered to look purely human. He is very dead, but I preserved the body in as fast of time as I could, what was left of it. We could potentially try to bring him back. However, the way we brought back Siak was not perfect.
Does it not concern you how often the worshippers of Grumsh have their souls returned back from beyond?
What concerns me is this creature, and that is it.
She kind of like looks at you, continuing like that elongated 2-3 second stare, like hoping that like maybe you're just saying words and like the look would kind of like crack your shell, but more or less just finds an abyss in there, because whenever it comes to the creature, there's nothing inside. Just you need to resolve the situation because of all the horrors you've been through in the lifetimes you've lived. And so she kind of blinks and looks away and gives up the attempt.
Now we need to keep working at this.
She nods.
Keep looking. See if you can make any sense of it.
We learned beforehand it's something to do with the bricks, not just this book.
Then we need to read the books about the bricks again.
We need to find where the books were. If we had them all in one or two locations before, and then they were touched, she says, gesturing towards the fact that this book is comprised of all the other ones. Let's see if we can find anything inside them. I guess let's head in that direction. Baishra! As you're walking upstairs, an Orog kind of looks over at you from across the room where you're checking on Melinda or whatever its name is. And it's like, hey.
He'll get Matilda's attention and walk over towards the Orog.
You spend an awful lot of time with Vicelor, but more importantly, you spend an awful lot of time in with that priestess.
Am I here to witness this talk?
No, I imagine this is
yeah.
Like he
we
kind
went
of captures
separate
them.
ways.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how Baishra is right now. He got Matilda and basically just has him following him, and he's just approaching the Orog. And I don't think the Orog knows this, but now Baishra can understand Orcish, so he'll probably respond in Orcish and say, "Yeah, what's the meaning of these questions?"
The two of them spend an awful lot of time together. You ever hear them talking about this portal before in the books?
Baishra will say, "What portal? What books? I just knew they were looking for magical books."
The ritual we saw down there. You
The
never
one-
heard them talking about it?
No,
Never once.
no. I don't even know what this ritual was. I just knew it needed to be stopped because I didn't want to have the whole roof collapse on me, or Thonk for that matter, or all of us.
I love how this Orog is part of the mob, by the way.
Truth be told, maybe it shouldn't have been stopped.
I just knew what was happening and acted. I tried to talk to the guy and Thonk killed him. So, well, Bayshore doesn't know Thonk him. All I know is he was dead the next time.
Oh,
I saw
you
him.
would have noticed. You could have come around the corner, seen viscera dripping off of Thonk's
Okay.
hammer, and seen the after result, and been like, "Oh,
So-
I know it did that."
Yeah, all he'll say is, all I know is Thonk killed him. I was just merely questioning him.
You think he should have died?
I don't know. I couldn't hear a damn thing.
Nods. He understands. People have all been shell shocked before, so not all, but you know what I'm saying. So he nods. He understands. He's like,
If you hear him talking about something, Thonk's listening. It seems like you know how weird he is, Vice Lord.
Yeah, he licks random crap and says weird stuff and talks to his shoulder.
He may have gone a bit far out there. She may have gotten his ear.
At that, Bayshore will just kind of nod and probably head towards Thonk.
okay. And a little bit after that, kind of cornering over to CX,
He'd be like, Fire one.
TX wouldn't really, and he would just shift his attention to it.
You know magic. You've been looking for books with the crazy old man.
I know magic. I know how to burn things. I don't know the magic that crazy old man down there is looking for. Because honestly, my roles for looking for the books have been shit. So, no, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for.
So, you ever hear them talking about what they're looking for?
I actually don't think CX was even around for all of that. I think I was dead, wasn't I?
no, not for all of it, but part of it, yeah, because you got brought back to life really quickly when you guys got into the library.
Right, but wasn't a lot of that done when I wasn't?
No.
No.
You were literally helping look. You never looked until after we brought you back.
Yeah, but they were also being rather discreet. Like Wade was intentionally
right.
being quiet. Like she was secretly talking to Wade, and he was talking. back.
Right. I was merely just helping the old man look for books. I honestly don't even know what book. Am I back up to where I was like handling the books?
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to look at the books I was looking for, they're there on the table. I don't know what they were looking for. All I know is, and I've shown the body that I've been carrying and throwing on the ground. Freaking Thonk went berserk and killed the only lead that we had.
He looks at you and says,
You know, I heard about you in the slave dungeon.
Oh,
I
looks
was
like
like,
a shit.
he's dirty talking CX now.
No. Hold on.
Dirty talking.
And then he says,
Stories.
And I saw what you did for me downstairs. You're all right. For a filthy breed, you're all right.
CX is gonna punch him just straight in the shoulder as hard as he can.
doesn't hurt him.
Just I want to.
That'd be like
roll
you
strength
actually punching the rock. You know,
No,
like
roll a strength check. I want to know how hard CX puts into it. Like,
Yeah. Give it all you got, little guy.
breaks
Would
a
I roll
finger.
with disadvantage for carrying this heavy corpse all the way up these stairs?
no,
I mean,
no,
you're not
no.
looking. You're not looking to like.
No, I'm not hurting. I'm not looking to
You
like.
just make your roll.
Yeah. My strength is 0 anyway.
Damn,
Hey, you.
solid for a typhoon.
That's pretty solid.
You punch the guy.
Pretty solid.
He looks at it, looks at you, and goes,
My turn.
CX is gonna lift his eyebrow. Not
Yeah,
gonna
he'll
just-
actually chuckle, and he turns away like he's just gonna leave. Then he turns back and full fist to the chest, like, which because you're small and he's big, buckles your legs and sends you down to the ground, wheezing.
I
for
want
breath.
to try to see if I can. Can I make a strength throw to kind of stand my ground?
I would say strength. Yeah, strength save's fine. Strength save. Yep.
I
was gonna say, is it that or is it a dex save?
Con. No, I'll give you a con save, which is better for you. You're a sorcerer.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Oh, +5.
damn.
Your knees buckle, you collapse to the ground out of breath, like winded from the hit, and he continues chuckling like he was beforehand. But again, it's like playful, it's a respectful chuckle. He actually complimented you. And then he walks out of the place, and he doesn't question you or give you that like suspicious look like he was giving to Bayshore beforehand. Like there's a good amount of respect for you.
As he's walking away, I'm gonna ask.
Whoa. Oh yeah, he doesn't respect Bayshore because Bayshore left earlier.
As he's walking away, I'm just gonna ask, before you leave, where'd you last see Thonk? I don't know where he's at as I just got back.
Pondering.
Okay. I would just leave it at that.
And you guys can approach Thonk to go have a quick little chat with him if you guys care to. I don't think there was anything you guys really needed to say to him. I think we can kind of cut back to Vicelor and Barbara.
I wouldn't have bugged him anyway. I would have bugged him like the next day.
Bayshore's walking in, and
I'm straight up pissed with Thong for killing him.
Well, here's the key thing for Bayshore. He saw him working with the thieves guy, and he has to tell him about the freaking spiders and scorpions. And he's gonna ask him why he killed the guy. So Bayshore has stuff to ask Thong.
Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think there's anything else that needs to, like, most of that stuff. You don't necessarily need to RP that stuff.
Even with the conversation about why I killed him, you probably wouldn't even get a coherent conversation out of him until the next day beyond short, curt answers. He needs to recenter himself.
Yeah.
If we just like 2 seconds, Bayshore just walks in and says, "What's going on with the Orogs asking around about Vicelor? Also, there might be spiders and giant scorpions down there.
Would I be in the vicinity of this conversation?
No.
In the area, and also, why the hell did you kill that guy?" That's all he would say.
Thonk would just say, as far as the spiders or scorpions, we'll deal with them tomorrow. I'll inform the Thieves Guild. I forget whatever his name is when he returns.
Yep.
Speaking of which, did you cut a deal with him?
Yes. I killed him for my own... And then he just goes, I killed him for my own reasons. And what was the first question?
It was just
the Orogs asking around. I need to know more about this portal situation and why I wasn't informed.
Fair enough. I don't know what's been going on.
It's funny, Mike doesn't have Thonk's voice right now, so he sounds like an impertinent teen.
Yeah, I broke because
I'm gonna know things right now. It's like Keanu Reeves level acting.
Whiny right now.
It's like Keanu Reeves acting. I just need more.
I didn't think I was gonna be playing Thonk for the rest of the night. I was like, I think that's like a good place to leave him. So I was like,
essentially,
I was like, he's fine. And Bayshore's like, no.
I wanted to know off his stuff because Bayshore's plan was to go say stuff to Thonk, and then he was going to go back to where Vicelor was.
Yeah. But so Vicelor,
those basic responses.
You're fine. So Vicelor, cutting to you. Obviously, you are looking for some of the book situations. So the two of you and her, kind of go back to the books. You literally see there must have been magic involved in what was done here, because all the books are still stacked. But flipping through them, you don't know where the page exactly came from, but like just grabbing a random book and flipping through it, eventually you're like, wait, hold on. There's a page missing here. And you go to another book and there's a page missing here too. And you go through all of them. It doesn't seem like it's any particular page or order, or if there is, you just haven't figured it out yet, because it would take a lot more time and more people like to kind of like pattern out whatever it was that they did to make this work. But you do figure out it must have been a spell involved with how cleanly all this was done to form this book. Probably transmutation magic. To create the book that was used. However, finding the stuff pertaining to the stone, that's one of those things where the two of you really have to do your research. So here, I'm going to have you roll for me an investigation check one more time. The two of you working together. You got the stupid little janitor person helping you as well. You can roll with advantage.
Double advantage, 2 rolls. All right, that's a good roll. That's a good roll.
At one point in time, you guys are kind of searching through the books when you stick a son that's cross-reference pertaining to a type of stone. And like a minute later, she's like, I got it! And she's over there, and she's literally leafing through one of the books. And she's like, oh. You're literally across the way, kind of like looking through one of the book that was cross-referenced and whatnot. And you just pull it off the shelf. She's probably like 3 shelves away from where you are, but you can still hear her. She's like, Vicelor! Vicelor! Oh, in the name of all that is glorious, I found it. It's pertaining to the stone and the magic of the stone and which ones need to be used and why. And so obviously excited about what it is that she found. You know, you can read the words yourself. You can figure them out. You just need to, you know, put 2 and 2 together. You come walking up behind her where she's kind of like talking about what she discovered. And literally what she's describing, it sounds like exactly what you need. What exactly you need right now is this perfect opportunity.
Vicelor look down to like, he'll take a look at the book that she's looking at, and it actually says, it looks like it's the right book.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is exactly what I've been looking for. With these 2 books, do I need to make a check to see if I think I can figure out the stuff with these 2 books?
No. You guys think that you've not just these 2, but you think that this is the missing link.
Perfect. Now, and he'll like hesitate for a moment, and then he'll reach down and like grab the dagger in his robes, and like he'll lean down to look over at the book, and he'll pull the dagger to her throat and slit.
So it's one of those things where she's like, yeah, I know, isn't it amazing? Like, and she kind of like, and then blood starts like pouring through her fingertips, and some of it starts to splatter
grab
on
the book as fast as possible
itself.
To keep blood from getting into it.
Just have to say, you grab the book, but once you start to see it's going to get stained, and a few, you know, splatters of blood get onto the pages that she's open to as you kind of like coldly pull it away. And I imagine Vicelor just immediately just kind of like, oh, and then turns and starts reading the book where she left off as she starts to like collapse and a couple of small convulsions, and life leaves her body as her friend just slit her throat.
Well, and how'd the janitor react?
He probably didn't even notice it. He's about searching for things, so he probably didn't even see it.
Yeah.
You know what's beautiful about this whole situation? This was not a test for my faith. This was a test for Vicelor's faith. That's how it kind of comes off, anyway.
So you go over and you're reading the book and kind of looking things over. One of the things that you see in here is a few links of what need to be done. It's not just about pulling the stone together and doing the ritual and blah, 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 blah. It is literally a matter of the type of stone. A type of stone that has had within it the blood of the most faithful poured over these stones. Back from a day long before Grumsh existed in this world, there was a faith towards something that existed beyond the horizon. And the blood of those faithful soaks certain stones. The only problem is, the only way to find which of those stones you need in using this ritual is to also have that link with them. You have to have a connection with those that died. This is a ritual that can only be done by those that serve Grumsh, because in return, Grumsh gives you the secrets you need to unlock the doors. The doors to the world that the Mulharan stumbled across, that orcs originally came from, the first coming of orcs. What does Vicelor do as he's reading this and realizing all that's included in it?
Well, being as this was an act done to appease Grumsh, does that make him qualified?
You go right ahead and tell me what you do. I'm giving you green light. I'm giving you green light.
Sure. So I think Vicelor at this point hasn't even, it's not even hit him what he just did to the lady. Like, he's not even thinking about the fact he just slit her throat. She was just a pawn in the way of what he's trying to accomplish. So at the moment, he's super focused, and he's thinking, well, this task was from Thonk, who a messenger of Grumsh, and I did what I was asked to do. This is perfect. I can do this. I can read this. I can cast this. So I think he would think he could do it, and he would start trying to continue the portal.
It's one of those things where as you're like kind of looking this over,
or he would see what he needed to do to do it, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know if he'd
yeah.
start casting it right away, but he would at least think he could.
As you're looking it over and starting to kind of get it ready in your mind, start to try to like prepare yourself for how it needs to happen, you literally have a voice speak to you from behind. Typical in orcish rumbling voice like you've heard beforehand. Are you willing to break your pact for a new one? When you turn to look to see what's behind you, it's no orc like you thought it may have been, or orog. It's actually a Tanaruk, a very specific Tanaruk that you've seen before.
Oh. I imagine as he's turning to, he'd already be answering. He'd be, oh, that's why I did the. A familiar face. I know who it is. That is why I did what I did. Groups?
He says, you've carried voices with you for a long time. It's time to narrow your focus, to see with the all-seeing eye of one. Are you willing to serve, to clear your mind, to be focused, to accomplish your task, to finally get vengeance for all of your past, and in exchange serve and provide fortune?
Yes. What's the right answer?
It's time you say goodbye to your old friends.
In a spiritual sense or literal?
You can literally feel your mind, which has been schism for a long time, kind of reforming. You can feel it kind of like pulling itself back together as a part of you just shifts and changes. A persona of yours that broke off a long time ago and has been solely sitting there by itself, whispering in your ear, or whatever that was, is no longer this secondary persona that exists outside of your one self, but within you. You become whole again. You become Vicelor, the non-broken man, but with a different focus, a different purpose. You can feel divine power coursing through you, not the ancient powers that you gave yourself to beforehand. You can feel them growing bitter, growing cold and distant. You can feel anger growing off of them as you start to turn your back and walk away from them in your mind. And you start to feel another spark, that divine spark growing within that space instead. The Tanaruk looks at you. He gives you a very toothy smile as he seems to be happy with the decision that you're making. And you feel new power kind of wash over yourself as you feel the warmth of a new patron smiling upon you. He, once again, like I said, gives you that like toothy smile. And then he's just going to dissipate as though a summoning spell ended. Just kind of dissipate. You feel different in your mind. Like, as I said beforehand, more whole than you were. And, well, you also feel something else. All those stones around you, you can feel the faith inside them. It's something that you can now look across the room and you can see individual stones standing out, same as if you were to cast Detect Magic and look for an amulet sitting on the floor. You know what I mean? And so you can go around in every room you walk into, you can point them out. You know not only where they are, but where it is that they go inside the structure. It's just a matter of getting them from A to B. The book in your hands is complicated. That ritual is harder than you think. Well,
I liked how that
Let's
all
begin.
turned out.
yeah, that's
I guess we'll pick up next week.
I'm sorry, everybody who watches my channel, and how the Regicide crew is murderous assholes, but for good, but murderous assholes, and how the Kingmaker crew, spoiler alert, just did some seriously fucked up shit in the name of good. In the name of good. But Mike, I got to tell you afterwards what it is, because you'd love it. And now we have Vice Lord slitting throats and swearing allegiance to Grumsh to accomplish his tasks. Yeah.
Each one of them, slowly over the course of the campaign,
Yep.
have converted.
Yep.
Something I
You tried so hard at the last party.
so desperately tried.
And Maggie was like, yeah, Grumsh, she's totally cool. I love Grumsh. Let's party and drink beer. La, 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 la. And you're like, no, but you're like a perfect orc. Why are you?
I
She's
can't
a
wait to
good-
do
too
the
good at heart.
The only one you had was Otto. Otto was like, yeah.
Otto
I
got
drew
dark.
hard power. Yeah, I know. He was the only one. And that was just Bear being like, I give you a Sith Lord.
I hope you guys subscribe to the Patreon to watch the after show. I
Yeah, we're
cannot
going
wait to
right
talk
into
about.
this. So
There's
Yeah.
gonna
You know
be
what?
I
so
can't wait
much
to talk about the
about.
after show, right? Like
Let's
as soon as
just-
we're done here.
Oh my
let's go
God.
around the room. Everybody can tell you we're gonna go right and record the after show. $2 and above.
I'm
patrons.
Scott. You know how to find me. Google Dale Rick. Go.
Yeah, it gets the after show will be uploaded tomorrow. So Wade, what an ending to the episode. Where can people find you, my man?
On Twitch, I'm Minion777. I will hopefully be streaming again on Friday. We had guests in town, so I've not streamed in a little bit, but I hope to be streaming again Friday. I upload pretty much daily, every other day, daily, twice a day, depends on the day. Lord Minion777 on YouTube. I'm Lord Minion777 or a variation thereof on most socials as well. I just kicked my camera. Now I think I broke my toe. Let's move on before I cry.
Sounds good. We'll go over to Tyler. Tyler, what about you, man? Where can people find you?
Hello, I'm Tyler Scheid. You can find me all over social media as Apocalypto_12. Same thing on Twitch. I stream a variety of stuff, and I'm coming back after having roughly a week off of streaming on my channel because I was out of town helping my dad out with some stuff. I'm working on a big charity event coming November 23rd. Vaguely have an understanding for that now. Hopefully Wade will be able to be a part of that because it will be taking place hopefully in Cincinnati. And you can also find me here on Wednesdays over on Scott's channel on Fridays, and soon to be I think, is that next week? Yeah, next week on Mondays over on Maggie's channel for some D&D, and working on a whole bunch of different stuff in the background. But oh my gosh, Wade, the saying daily and day and all the things, and that just, all I was thinking of all the puns that can be used with that because of your editor's name.
Her name's Dana. She flight.
Pat, where can
Patrick.
people find you this week?
You can find me on my Twitch channel, Patrick Static, or my YouTube channel, which I haven't been uploading because I've been sick and I haven't been able to edit and or record videos. And I just got back from a 3-day metal festival, which was really fun. I got to
Is that
touch
why you're
Marilyn
sick?
Manson.
You got,
I think
did you
so,
get-
actually.
Did you get powers when you touched it?
Not good ones. I got sick.
Did
Did
you
you
get
get
to
dirty
do?
Did you
thoughts?
try to
with
open a
Marilyn
secret
Manson?
door? Did you try to open a secret door through the statue with Marilyn Manson?
No.
Okay.
Did you get dirty thoughts?
No.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the show and missed most of it, you can catch it immediately afterward if you're a subscriber. If not, it'll be over on the YouTube channel 24 to 48 hours later. We're going to go record the after show for patrons and whatnot. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday for sure. Tomorrow.
His name's Mathis Games. You can Google him at Dean Cuddy.
Exactly. Just Google Zomboid and you'll find me. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.